Hi, besties, welcome back to the channel. I am so excited because oh my gosh, today we are diving into your next love chapter. Yes, we're doing an in-depth love reading. So grab your favorite drink, get cozy, and let's just see what the universe has in store for you, okay? Know that this is a safe space. So this reading, like any reading I do, is absolutely timeless. So whenever you're watching this, that is exactly when you're meant to see it. We're gonna be pulling some cards to reveal the themes, the challenges, and of course, the juicy possibilities that are shaping your love life right now. What's so special about this reading, though, is that we're not just looking at surface level stuff. We're really diving deep and, trying to see what's coming up. So, I have these gorgeous crystals to help you connect with the pile that's meant for you today. First up, we have this beautiful fluorite cluster, representing untangling past patterns and gaining clarity for a fresh start. If you're feeling like you're ready to leave the baggage behind, that might be your pile. Then we have this stunning aquamarine angel, which is all about flowing forward and embracing emotional depth in love. If you're ready for that deeper connection, maybe that's calling to you. Next, we have the rhodonite star, symbolizing balancing self and partnership, creating a foundation of wholeness. And finally, we have this selenite palm stone for creating sacred space, setting boundaries and intentions for love. Okay, so take a deep breath, clear your mind, and just let your intuition guide you to the pile that you're most drawn to. There's absolutely no pressure. Trust what you feel first, and remember, it's okay to check out more than one pile if you feel called to. Now, close your eyes for a second and make a little wish. Set an intention for finding clarity and guidance in your love life. All right, whenever you're ready, go ahead and choose. I am so excited to get started. All right, hello there, my friend. Welcome. You chose the fluorite cluster, so get ready for some seriously illuminating insights. Fluorite is all about clarity, helping you see things from a new perspective. And with our theme being untangling past patterns, clarity for a fresh start, well, let's just say you're in the right place. These cards are going to shine a light on what needs to shift so you can step into a brand new chapter. Ooh, I'm excited. Okay, so the first card we have is death. Now, don't freak out. Death in tarot almost never means physical death. It's about endings, transformations, and the closing of a cycle. It's like shedding old skin. Seeing it here first, it tells me you are likely on the precipice of a significant change, or maybe you're already in the thick of it. This isn't just any change, though. This is a deep, soul-level transformation. Think caterpillar to butterfly, my friend. Like one of those big shifts, the ones where you look back and you're like, wow, I'm not even the same person anymore. Yeah, that kind of energy. Given our theme of untangling past patterns, this death card is likely linked to some old habits, beliefs, or even relationships that just aren't serving you anymore. Maybe you've been holding on to something for way too long, even though you know deep down it's time to let go. It could be a job that's draining you, a relationship that's run its course, or even just a way of thinking that's keeping you stuck. It's like, when you have those clothes in your closet that you haven't worn in years, but you keep them just in case. Yeah, it's time to clear out that closet, metaphorically speaking, of course. But the beauty of the death card is that it's not just about endings. It's about making space for new beginnings. It's like, in order for the new to come in, the old has to go, right? So this is about releasing what no longer serves you so you can create space for something better, something more aligned with who you are now, And that's huge, especially when you're actively trying to untangle those past patterns that have been holding you back. Think about it. What are the stories you keep telling yourself? What are the things you do automatically, without even thinking, that are actually keeping you small or stuck? Maybe it's a fear of failure, a need for approval from others, or a tendency to self-sabotage. The death card is here to help you break free from those patterns. This card is urging you to confront those things head-on, to really look at them and ask yourself, is this really who I am? Is this really what I want? And if the answer is no, then it's time to let it go. It might be painful, it might be scary, but trust me, it's worth it. It's like ripping off a Band-Aid. It stings for a second, but then you feel so much better. And here's the thing, This transformation isn't something that's happening to you. It's something you're actively choosing. You're the one holding the scythe, cutting away the old to make way for the new. You're taking control of your life and creating the future you want. That takes courage, my friend, but you've got it. I feel it. Maybe you've been feeling this change coming for a while now, this sense of unease or dissatisfaction, this nagging feeling that something needs to shift. And now, the universe is giving you the green light. It's saying, okay, it's time. Let's do this. So embrace the change even if it feels scary. Trust that the universe has your back and that everything is happening for your highest good. And remember that fluorite cluster you chose. It's here to help you see things clearly, to illuminate the path forward. It's going to help you identify those old patterns and beliefs that are holding you back and give you the courage to release them. So, keep that crystal close, meditate with it, and let it guide you through this transformation. It's also important to remember that while death can seem scary, it's a natural part of life. Everything has a beginning, a middle, and an end, and that's okay. It's what allows us to grow and evolve. So don't resist the change, embrace it. What if this transformation involves a relationship? It could be a romantic relationship, a friendship, or even a family dynamic. If that's the case, the death card is telling you that it's time to let go of whatever isn't working. Maybe you've been trying to fix things for a while now, but it's just not happening. Or maybe you've grown apart from someone, and it's time to move on. It can be hard, especially if you care about the person, but sometimes the most loving thing you can do is to let them go. And you know, sometimes those relationships come back in a different form, or a better form. One that works for the new you that you're becoming. Or maybe this transformation is related to your career. Perhaps you've been feeling unfulfilled in your job for a while now, or maybe you're just ready for a new challenge. The death card is saying that it's time to explore new possibilities, to take a leap of faith and pursue your passions. It might mean changing careers altogether, or it might just mean finding a new role within your current company. Either way, it's about aligning your work with your values and your purpose. It's about finding something that makes you excited to get out of bed in the morning. But wow, after all that, look at the next card. Oh, I love this. We have the Three of Cups. After the intensity of the death card, this feels like such a breath of fresh air, you know? Like a big sigh of relief. The Three of Cups is all about celebration, joy, and connection with others. It represents friendship, community, and having a good time. So after this big transformation you're going through, it looks like you're going to be celebrating with your friends. Yippee! This card suggests that you'll be surrounded by supportive and loving people who are there to cheer you on as you step into this new chapter of your life. These are the people who truly get you, who appreciate you for who you are, and who make you feel good about yourself. They're your tribe, your soul family, and they're going to be an essential part of your journey. I think that's so cool. After releasing what wasn't working, this card really emphasizes that sense of community coming in. Maybe you'll be reconnecting with old friends, or maybe you'll be making new ones. Either way, it's about building meaningful relationships that nourish your soul. It's about finding people who inspire you, challenge you, and make you laugh. It's like, after being in the dark for so long, you're finally stepping into the light and surrounding yourself with people who radiate positivity and joy. After a significant ending, it makes sense that you're looking for a new support system, or maybe strengthening the support system you already have. This card also suggests that you'll be celebrating your successes, both big and small. You've worked hard to get where you are, and it's important to acknowledge your accomplishments and give yourself credit for everything you've achieved. And what better way to celebrate than with your friends? It could be something as simple as going out for drinks, having a potluck dinner, or even just spending an afternoon laughing and talking. The point is to take the time to enjoy yourself and appreciate the good things in your life. Don't forget to celebrate the little things, too, because those little things are what make up the big picture. And this celebration isn't just about having fun. It's also about recognizing the abundance in your life. The Three of Cups is a reminder that you are surrounded by blessings, both seen and unseen. It's about appreciating the love, the friendship, the opportunities that are available to you. It's about being grateful for everything you have, even when things are tough. Because even in the darkest of times, there is always something to be grateful for. I truly believe that. Now, what if you've been feeling lonely or isolated lately? This card is a sign that that's about to change. It's telling you to reach out to your friends, to reconnect with your community, and to let people know that you need them. Don't be afraid to ask for help, because there are people who care about you and want to support you. You don't have to go through this alone. And who knows, maybe you'll even find love within your circle of friends. The Three of Cups can sometimes indicate the beginning of a romantic relationship, especially if you've been single for a while. Ooh la la. Or maybe you've been so focused on your own problems that you've forgotten to nurture your friendships. This card is a reminder to make time for the people who matter most to you, to be a good friend, and to show them how much you appreciate them. Because friendships are like plants. They need to be watered and cared for in order to thrive. So reach out to your friends, plan a fun outing, and let them know how much they mean to you. I think you might be surprised by how much it brightens their day. So, after this death card energy of letting go, this Three of Cups is like a warm hug from the universe, you know? It's saying, you've done the hard work, now it's time to celebrate and enjoy the fruits of your labor. It's a reminder that you're not alone, that you're loved, and that you're surrounded by abundance. Embrace the joy, connect with your friends, and let the good times roll. But wait, there's more. Because the next card we have is the Queen of Wands. Oh, I love this woman. She's confident, passionate, and full of life. She knows what she wants, and she's not afraid to go after it. And she's here to stay. With the Death card transformation and the joyful celebration of the Three of Cups, the Queen of Wands is like the embodiment of your new self. This is who you're becoming, my friend. This card represents a powerful, independent woman who is in touch with her inner fire. She's creative, energetic, and inspiring. She's not afraid to take risks, and she's always up for a new adventure. She's also warm, generous, and compassionate. She cares deeply about the people in her life, and she's always there to offer support and encouragement. She's a natural leader, but she leads with kindness and empathy. She's the kind of person who lights up a room when she walks in, and she inspires others to be their best selves. So yeah, that's you. The Queen of Wands is telling you to embrace your inner power, to step into your confidence, and to pursue your passions with unwavering determination. It's time to stop playing small and to start living life on your own terms. It's time to unleash your inner badass and show the world what you're made of. After releasing old patterns and celebrating with friends, this is the energy that really solidifies the transformation. You got this. Maybe you've been doubting yourself lately, or maybe you've been holding back from pursuing your dreams. The Queen of Wands is here to tell you that you are capable of anything you set your mind to. You have the talent, the skills, and the passion to achieve your goals. All you need is the confidence to believe in yourself and the courage to take action. And remember, confidence isn't about being perfect. It's about accepting yourself, flaws and all, and knowing that you are worthy of love and success. This card also encourages you to be authentic, to be true to yourself, and to express your individuality. Don't try to be someone you're not, because the world needs your unique gifts and talents. Embrace your quirks, your passions, and your weirdness. Because those are the things that make you special. And don't be afraid to stand out from the crowd, because the world needs more people who are willing to be themselves. Be unapologetically you. What if you've been feeling stuck in a rut lately? The Queen of Wands is a sign that it's time to shake things up, to try something new, and to step outside of your comfort zone. It might mean taking a class, starting a new hobby, or even just changing your hairstyle. The point is to break free from your routine and to inject some excitement into your life. And who knows, you might even discover a hidden talent or passion along the way. Maybe you'll find that you love painting, or that you're a natural dancer, or that you have a knack for writing poetry. The possibilities are endless. So, my friend, with this Queen of Wands energy coming in after such a huge transformation, get ready to embrace your inner power, to step into your confidence, and to pursue your passions with unwavering determination. The stage is set for you. Okay, so after all of that Queen of Wands energy, wow, okay. The next card we have is the Three of Wands. Okay, so, after feeling that Queen of Wands confidence, this card is about, putting that confidence into action, you know? It's about looking ahead and making plans for the future, but it's also about, actually taking the first steps to make those plans a reality. It's not just about dreaming, it's about doing. I love that. Okay, so let's think. After that death card transformation of letting go of what doesn't serve you, and then celebrating with your friends with that Three of Cups, and feeling that Queen of Wands confidence, this Three of Wands is okay, you've cleared the path, you've got your support system, you're feeling amazing, now what are you going to do with it? What's the next step? It's about expansion and vision, you know? It's you've got this newfound clarity and confidence, thanks to our fluorite friend here, and now you're ready to, branch out and explore new horizons. It's all about untangling those past patterns and stepping into a future that's truly aligned with who you are, with this new Queen of Wands energy. So the Three of Wands, picture this, you're standing on a cliff, right? And you're looking out at the ocean, and you see three wands planted firmly in the ground. And beyond those wands, you see ships sailing off into the distance. This card is all about seeing the bigger picture, having a clear vision of what you want to create, and then taking action to make it happen. It's about having a plan and then putting that plan into motion. So, what does this mean for you? Well, it could mean a lot of things, right? Maybe you've been thinking about starting a new business, or maybe you've been wanting to travel the world. Or maybe you've just been feeling stuck in a rut and you're ready for a change. Whatever it is, the Three of Wands is telling you that now is the time to take action. Now is the time to start making those dreams a reality. It's you've already done the hard work of letting go of the past and embracing your power. Now it's time to use that power to build something amazing. But where do you even start? Well, the first step is to get clear on your vision, right? What do you really want? What do you want your life to look like in a year, in 5 years, in 10 years? What are your goals, your dreams, your aspirations? And don't be afraid to dream big. The Queen of Wands doesn't play small, right? So let your imagination run wild and see what you come up with. And then, once you have a clear vision, it's time to start making a plan. How are you going to get from where you are now to where you want to be? What are the steps you need to take? What resources do you need? Who can help you along the way? You know, it's like building a house. You don't just start hammering nails and throwing up walls. You need a blueprint, right? You need to know what the foundation is going to look like, where the plumbing is going to go, how the electrical wiring is going to be installed. And it's the same with your life. You need a plan, a roadmap to guide you along the way. And this isn't just about your career or your business. It's about all aspects of your life, right? It's about your relationships, your health, your finances, your personal growth. It's about creating a life that's balanced and fulfilling, a life that truly reflects who you are. So, maybe you want to improve your relationships, so you make a plan to spend more quality time with your loved ones. Or maybe you want to get in better shape, so you join a gym or start eating healthier. Or maybe you want to learn a new skill, so you sign up for a class or start watching online tutorials. The point is, you take small, actionable steps every day to move you closer to your goals. And the Three of Wands isn't just about making plans, it's about taking action. It's about stepping outside of your comfort zone and doing things that scare you. It's about taking risks and embracing the unknown. Because let's be real, nothing great ever happens inside your comfort zone, right? You have to be willing to step outside of it, to take chances, to put yourself out there. And it's not always going to be easy. There are going to be challenges and setbacks along the way. There are going to be times when you feel like giving up. But the Queen of Wands doesn't give up, right? She's resilient, she's determined, and she knows that she can overcome anything that comes her way. And the ships sailing off in the distance in the Three of Wands card represent new opportunities, new possibilities, new adventures. They represent the potential for growth and expansion. But you have to be willing to set sail, to leave the safety of the shore and venture out into the unknown. And that can be scary, right? But the Three of Wands is telling you that you're ready. You've done the work, you've prepared yourself, and you have the skills and resources you need to succeed. And you also have your friends, your tribe, your soul family, who are there to support you and cheer you on along the way, thanks to that Three of Cups energy. So don't be afraid to take risks, to try new things, to put yourself out there. The universe is supporting you, and it's guiding you towards your highest good. And remember that fluorite crystal we talked about at the start. It's still working. That clarity is going to keep guiding you as you step into all of these decisions, okay? And this isn't just about you, right? It's also about the impact you're having on the world. The Queen of Wands is a natural leader, and she inspires others to be their best selves. So, as you pursue your dreams and create your vision for the future, think about how you can use your talents and skills to make a positive difference in the world. Maybe you can volunteer your time to a cause you care about, or maybe you can use your business to support a local charity. Or maybe you can just be a positive role model for others, showing them that it's possible to live a life that's both successful and meaningful. It's the Three of Wands is about expanding your horizons, not just for your own benefit, but for the benefit of everyone around you. And don't forget to celebrate your successes along the way. The Three of Cups is still in the mix, right? So take the time to acknowledge your accomplishments and give yourself credit for everything you've achieved. And don't be afraid to share your joy with others. It's life is too short to be serious all the time. So laugh, dance, sing, and celebrate the good times with your friends and loved ones. And remember that even the smallest victories are worth celebrating. So what if you're feeling overwhelmed? It's okay to ask for help. The Three of Wands isn't about doing everything on your own. It's about building a team, a network of people who can support you and help you achieve your goals. So reach out to your friends, your family, your colleagues, and let them know what you're working on. And don't be afraid to ask for advice or assistance. It's no one ever achieves anything great on their own. We all need help and support along the way. So surround yourself with positive, supportive people who believe in you and who are willing to lend a hand. And trust your intuition. The Queen of Wands is very intuitive, and she knows how to listen to her inner voice. So pay attention to your gut feelings and follow your instincts. If something feels right, go for it. And if something feels wrong, don't be afraid to walk away. It's your intuition is your GPS, guiding you along the path that's right for you. So trust it, listen to it, and let it lead you to where you need to be. It's all about faith, believing in yourself and trusting that the universe has your back. The Three of Wands is a card of faith and trust. It's about believing in yourself, believing in your vision, and believing that everything is going to work out for the best. So even when things get tough, don't lose faith. Keep moving forward, keep taking action, and keep trusting that you're on the right path. And remember that fluorite crystal we chose at the beginning. It's still here, illuminating your path and helping you see things clearly. So keep it close, meditate with it, and let it guide you on your journey. Wow, okay, I'm getting so excited for you, seeing all these things come together. I wonder what the next card is going to be. I have a feeling it's going to be something really special. Okay, so wow, after all that amazing energy, the Death card transformation, celebrating with the Three of Cups, stepping into your Queen of Wands power and making those Three of Wands plans. It's you're totally ready to take on the world. You've got the confidence, the support, and the vision. But wait for it. Because now we have the Tower. Okay, so deep breath, the Tower. It's the card that everyone kinda gasps at, It's not always a bad card, but it's definitely intense. It usually represents sudden, unexpected change, upheaval, and destruction of old structures. It's everything you thought was solid suddenly crumbles, Like a lightning bolt hitting a building. It can be scary, it can be shocking, but it's also necessary. The Tower is about breaking down false beliefs and structures that are no longer serving you. It's about clearing away the old to make way for the new, even if it feels chaotic in the moment. So, how does this connect with everything else we've seen? Well, remember that Death card we started with? That was about endings and transformations, right? The Tower is kind of like death on steroids, It's death was a gentle nudge, a conscious choice to let go of what wasn't working. The Tower is more like the universe stepping in and saying, okay, you're not letting go fast enough. We're gonna shake things up a bit. It's a forceful push towards change. And like thinking about those past patterns we're trying to untangle. The Tower can be a powerful way to break free from them. Maybe you've been clinging to certain beliefs or behaviors that are holding you back, even if you don't realize it. The Tower comes in and smashes those beliefs to smithereens, forcing you to see things in a completely new light. It's like ripping off the blindfold and finally seeing the truth, even if it's a little uncomfortable. It makes me think that you had all these amazing plans laid out, and boom, here comes the Tower to knock it all down to rubble. But the thing is, that discomfort is actually a good thing. Because those old patterns, those false structures, they were built on shaky foundations, right? They weren't truly aligned with who you are. The Tower comes in to destroy those weak foundations so you can rebuild something stronger, something more authentic, something that's truly aligned with your soul. It's like, sometimes you have to tear down the old house to build a new one that's better suited to your needs. Okay, but let's be real, the Tower can be scary. It represents sudden and unexpected change, which can trigger all sorts of fears and anxieties. Fear of the unknown, fear of losing control, fear of things falling apart. And it's okay to feel those feelings. It's natural to be scared when your world is being shaken up. It's like, when you're in the middle of a storm, it's hard to see the sunshine on the other side, right? But the Tower is also a reminder that you are strong, you are resilient, and you can get through anything. Now, I know we just saw that Queen of Wands energy. That confidence, that passion, that feeling of being unstoppable. And now we have the Tower, which can feel like the opposite of all that. It can feel like your confidence is shattered, your plans are ruined, and your world is collapsing. But the thing is, the Queen of Wands is still within you. That inner fire, that passion, that strength. It's still there, even if it's buried under a pile of rubble. The Tower is actually creating space for that Queen of Wands energy to shine even brighter. Because when everything else is stripped away, all that's left is your true self, your authentic power. So, this is where you have to trust the process, you know? Trust that the universe has your back, even when things seem chaotic and scary. Trust that this upheaval is ultimately leading you to something better, something more aligned with your soul's purpose. It's like sometimes the universe has to break you down in order to build you back up stronger than before. And remember that fluorite crystal. It's still shining its light, helping you see through the chaos and find clarity amidst the storm. It's helping you understand why this is happening and what you're meant to learn from it. And this Tower moment might feel really big, you know. But also, it could just be something small, you know? Maybe it's a sudden change in your job, an unexpected move, or even just a shift in your perspective. The Tower doesn't always have to be a huge, dramatic event. It can also be a series of smaller shocks and wake-up calls that force you to reevaluate your life and make changes. It could be something as simple as realizing that you've been settling for less than you deserve, or that you've been putting other people's needs before your own. The Tower comes in to shake you out of that complacency and remind you that you deserve to be happy, you deserve to be fulfilled, and you deserve to live a life that's aligned with your values. And what about your relationships? Remember that Three of Cups, all that connection and support. The Tower can definitely shake things up in that area too. Maybe a friendship ends suddenly, or maybe there's a conflict that forces you to reevaluate a relationship. It can be painful, but it can also be an opportunity to create healthier boundaries and build more authentic connections. Maybe you realize that some of your friends aren't truly supportive of your growth, or that you've been tolerating toxic behavior for too long. The Tower comes in to clear out those relationships that are no longer serving you, so you can make space for people who truly lift you up. This Tower moment may be difficult to go through with your friends, but with the support you will be stronger together. Okay, so, deep breaths, my friend. The Tower is definitely a wild card, but it's also a powerful catalyst for growth and transformation. It's about breaking down the old to make way for the new, even if it feels chaotic in the moment. Trust the process, find your inner strength, and remember that fluorite is still shining its light, guiding you through the storm. And I'm seriously so curious to see what these next cards reveal. Because even though the tower can be scary, I have a feeling it's ultimately leading you to something amazing. And with that Queen of Wands energy still burning bright within you, you're totally ready to rebuild your life on a stronger, more authentic foundation. I can't wait to see what happens next. Okay, so, after that tower moment, right? I know it can feel like the rug's been pulled out from under you. You're standing there in the rubble like, what just happened? But honestly, the tower, while scary, is almost always necessary, you know? It's like the universe hitting the reset button, even if you didn't ask for it. And I know you were just feeling so good with that Queen of Wands energy, making plans with the Three of Wands, celebrating with your friends from that Three of Cups. Now it feels like a massive setback. First, let's acknowledge, the tower sucks in the moment, right? It's disruptive, it's chaotic, and it can bring up a lot of fear. It's okay to feel overwhelmed, scared, or angry. It's like you're allowed to grieve the loss of what you thought was going to be, you know. It's like you had this vision, this plan, and now it's all up in the air. But the thing is, and I really believe this, the universe doesn't throw anything at you that you can't handle. And this tower moment, while it might feel like a disaster right now, is actually an opportunity for growth, for transformation, for something even better than you could have imagined. So let's look at how it all connects back, remember that death card? That was all about endings and letting go, right? The tower is kind of like death's extreme cousin. Death is like a gentle goodbye, while the tower is like, okay, we're ripping this off like a band-aid. It's faster, but maybe a little bit more painful. It's as if there were still some things lingering that needed to go, things you might not have even been fully aware of, you know. Like maybe you thought you had released all those old patterns, but there were still some hidden attachments, some subconscious beliefs that were holding you back. The tower comes in to expose those hidden things and force you to deal with them. And, you know, all those beautiful plans you were making with the Three of Wands, the tower might be shaking those up too, you know. Maybe you had this vision for your future, but the universe is showing you that there's a different path, a better path, that you haven't even considered yet. It's like, sometimes we get so fixated on our plans that we miss out on other opportunities that are right in front of us. The tower comes in to disrupt those plans and open us up to new possibilities. It feels scary, but it can be magical. Think about what areas of your life might be affected. Is it your career? Maybe you lose your job unexpectedly, or maybe there's a major change in your company. This could be a blessing in disguise, pushing you to finally pursue that dream career you've always wanted, or to start your own business. Is it your relationships? Maybe a friendship ends abruptly, or maybe there's a conflict with a loved one. This could be an opportunity to set healthier boundaries and create more authentic connections. You might find the strength to finally end a toxic relationship or to speak your truth in a way you never have before. Is it your personal growth? Maybe you're forced to confront some deep-seated fears or insecurities. This could be a catalyst for you to finally heal those old wounds and step into your full power. It might push you to seek therapy, to start meditating, or to engage in other practices that support your emotional and spiritual well-being. No matter what area of your life is affected, the key is to stay grounded, to stay present, and to trust that everything is happening for your highest good. Easier said than done, I know. Really lean on that fluorite energy right now, okay? Use it to cut through the confusion, to see the bigger picture, and to stay focused on what truly matters. It's also a great time to connect with your support system from that Three of Cups. Lean on your friends, your family, your therapist, or anyone else who can offer you guidance and support during this challenging time. Don't be afraid to ask for help. You don't have to go through this alone. You also have the amazing power and fire that you harnessed from that Queen of Wands. Do not forget all that you have inside, all of your accomplishments. You are strong and capable. Here's something else to think about. What structures in your life need to crumble? What beliefs or behaviors are no longer serving you? The tower is like a cosmic wrecking ball, destroying anything that's built on a shaky foundation. So instead of resisting the change, try to embrace it. Ask yourself what the universe is trying to teach you. What are you meant to learn from this experience? What needs to shift in your life so you can move forward on a more authentic path? Are you holding on to something that needs to be released? Are you afraid of something that you need to face? Are you settling for something that you deserve to outgrow? Like, maybe you've been staying in a job that you hate because you're afraid of the unknown. The Tower could be forcing you to leave that job and finally pursue your passion. Or maybe you've been tolerating toxic behavior in a relationship because you're afraid of being alone. The Tower could be giving you the courage to finally walk away and create space for someone who truly values you. Or maybe you've been clinging to a belief that you're not good enough, that you're not worthy of love and success. The Tower could be shattering that belief and showing you that you are capable of anything you set your mind to. And you know what? This could even be something related to that Three of Wands energy, like, it might feel like a business plan falling apart or something similar. But what if that thing failing is actually saving you from something worse down the line? This Tower moment might even feel like a blessing in disguise when looking back at this situation. And I know it's so hard to see it that way now, right? But just try to keep that in mind. Remember, the Tower is not about punishment. It's about liberation. It's about freeing you from anything that's holding you back from living your best life. It's about creating space for something new, something better, something more aligned with your soul's purpose. And, you know, the thing about the Tower is that it's always followed by a period of rebuilding. After the storm, there's always a rainbow. After the destruction, there's always the opportunity to create something even more beautiful than before. So, trust that this Tower moment is ultimately leading you to a brighter future. It also might be helpful to take some time for self-care during this challenging time. Do things that nourish your body, mind, and spirit. Eat healthy foods, exercise regularly, get enough sleep, spend time in nature, meditate, practice yoga, or engage in other activities that help you relax and distress. It's also a great time to focus on your creativity. Express your emotions through art, music, writing, or dance. Creativity can be a powerful way to process your feelings and to find meaning in the midst of chaos. You might even discover a hidden talent or passion that you never knew you had. Make sure to continue checking in and using the fluorite. So, yeah, the Tower can feel like a total disaster, but it's also a powerful catalyst for growth and transformation. Trust the process, find your inner strength, and remember that fluorite is still shining its light, guiding you through the storm. You have that Queen of Wands fire and all the support from the Three of Cups. And I'm seriously so curious to see what this next card reveals. Because even though the Tower can be scary, I have a feeling it's ultimately leading you to something amazing. What could be coming after all of this? I'm so excited to see what you'll rebuild. Okay, so after the Tower, right? After all that chaos and upheaval, you're probably thinking, okay, universe, what now? Can I finally catch a break? And honestly, the card we have is the perfect balm for all that Tower energy. It's Temperance. Temperance is all about balance, harmony, and finding the middle ground, you know. It's like after the storm, you're finally finding some peace and equilibrium. It's like the universe is saying, okay, you've been through a lot. Now it's time to heal and integrate all these changes. Thank goodness, right? It's like a sigh of relief. Temperance is like the opposite of the Tower in so many ways, you know. The Tower is sudden, shocking, and disruptive, while Temperance is gradual, gentle, and harmonious. The Tower is about destruction, while Temperance is about creation, about putting things back together in a new and improved way. It's like, after the Tower has cleared away all the debris, Temperance comes in to help you rebuild, stronger and more resilient than before. It's about finding that calm after the storm. But Temperance isn't just about chilling out and relaxing, you know? It's also about actively working to create balance in your life. It's about finding that middle ground between extremes, about moderating your behavior, and about integrating different aspects of yourself into a cohesive whole. It's about finding what works for you and bringing that into your daily life. Think about, for example, if you're feeling stressed, you know. The Temperance card might be telling you to find a way to balance your work life with your personal life, or to find a way to manage your stress levels through exercise, meditation, or other self-care practices. You know, you have to find what works for you. That's important. Or maybe you're struggling with a difficult relationship, you know? Temperance might be telling you to find a way to compromise, to see things from the other person's perspective, and to find a way to communicate more effectively. It's all about finding that middle ground where everyone feels heard and respected. And remember that death card we had at the beginning? That was all about endings and transformations, right? And then the Tower came in and amplified that energy, shaking things up even more. Temperance is the next step in that process, you know? It's about integrating those changes, about finding a way to move forward in a healthy and balanced way. It's you've released the old, you've weathered the storm, and now it's time to create something new, something better, something that's truly aligned with who you are. And what about that Queen of Wands energy? That confidence, that passion, that fire. The Tower might have shaken that up a bit, but Temperance is here to help you reclaim it. It's about finding a way to integrate that fiery energy with a sense of calm and balance. It's about using your passion and drive in a way that's sustainable and healthy without burning yourself out. It's about knowing when to push yourself and when to rest. What about all those plans you were making with the Three of Wands? How does Temperance play into that? Well, maybe the Tower shook up those plans. Maybe it forced you to reevaluate your goals, or maybe it just changed the timeline. Temperance is here to help you find a new path forward, a path that's more aligned with your current reality. It's about being flexible, adaptable, and open to new possibilities. It's about finding that middle ground between your original vision and the new opportunities that have emerged. So, what does all this mean for your specific situation? Well, that depends on what areas of your life were affected by the Tower. But in general, Temperance is telling you to focus on finding balance, harmony, and integration in all areas of your life. It's about being patient, understanding, and compassionate with yourself and others. It's about trusting the process and knowing that everything is unfolding in divine timing. Let's say the Tower affected your relationships, you know. Maybe a friendship ended, or maybe there was a conflict with a loved one. Temperance is telling you to approach these situations with a sense of compassion and understanding. It's about being willing to forgive, to compromise, and to find a way to heal the wounds. It's about creating a space for open and honest communication, where everyone feels heard and respected. This can be a wonderful time for healing and harmony. You know, this reminds me of the saying, count to 10. Give things time and things will be easier to respond to than react to. Or maybe the Tower affected your career, you know? Maybe you lost your job, or maybe there was a major change in your company. Temperance is telling you to approach this situation with a sense of calm and resourcefulness. It's about being willing to explore new options, to learn new skills, and to find a way to create a career that's more aligned with your values and your passions. It's about finding that middle ground between your financial needs and your personal fulfillment. And maybe the Tower affected your personal growth, you know. Maybe it forced you to confront some deep-seated fears or insecurities. Temperance is telling you to approach this situation with a sense of self-compassion and patience. It's about being willing to heal those old wounds, to learn from your mistakes, and to embrace your imperfections. It's about finding that inner peace and self-acceptance that comes from knowing that you are worthy of love and happiness, just as you are. Temperance is so much about finding that balance, finding that harmony, finding that integration. It's about taking all the different aspects of your life, all the different parts of yourself, and blending them together into a beautiful, cohesive whole. It's like being an alchemist, you know, taking different elements and transforming them into gold. You can do this. Okay, you know what's interesting? When I look at this Temperance card, I see an angel, right? Like a divine being pouring liquid from one cup to another. And it's like they're carefully measuring, carefully mixing, carefully combining different elements to create something new and wonderful. That's what you're doing right now, you know. You're taking all the different pieces of your life, all the different experiences you've had, and you're carefully blending them together to create something new, something beautiful, something uniquely you. It is going to be beautiful. And This card, Temperance, it's a reminder that you have the power to create your own reality. You have the power to choose how you respond to the challenges that come your way. You have the power to create a life that's filled with balance, harmony, and joy. So, embrace that power, my friend. Use it wisely, and trust that everything is unfolding in divine timing. So yeah, after the Tower, Temperance is like a gentle hand guiding you back to center, helping you find your balance, and reminding you that even after the storm, there's always the possibility of a rainbow. It also reminds me of that fluorite you chose. That clarity, that peace. It's all coming together. All right, I'm so curious to see what other messages the universe has for you. You're doing great so far, seriously. Okay, so after all of that, right? The Death card, the Three of Cups, the Queen of Wands, the Three of Wands, the Tower, and then Temperance. Wow, what a journey. You've seriously been through it, my friend. But look how far you've come, you know. You've faced endings, celebrated new beginnings, embraced your power, made plans for the future, weathered a storm, and found your balance. And now, to top it all off, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Oh my gosh, this is so exciting. Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune, it's all about cycles, destiny, and good luck, right? It's like, what goes around comes around. It's the universe reminding you that life is constantly changing, that nothing stays the same forever. It's about accepting the ups and downs, the twists and turns, and trusting that everything is happening for a reason. It's that idea that everything is connected and moving in cycles. Sometimes we're up, sometimes we're down, but the wheel keeps turning, knowing all of that. It is really exciting to see this here at the end. But here's the thing. The Wheel of Fortune isn't just about blind luck, you know? It's also about taking control of your destiny, of recognizing that you have the power to influence the direction of your life. It's about making choices that align with your values and your goals, and about taking action to create the future you want. It is a game, but it's a game you are in control of. So the Wheel of Fortune is like the perfect card to end this reading because it brings everything full circle. It's like the universe saying, okay, you've learned your lessons, you've grown, you've transformed, and now it's time to reap the rewards. It's about recognizing that you're not just a passive observer in your life, you're an active participant. You get to choose how you respond to the challenges and opportunities that come your way. You are actively participating in this crazy ride we call life. It's time to embrace that power and create the life you've always dreamed of. But let's dive a little deeper, right? Because we need to connect this Wheel of Fortune energy to all those other cards we talked about. So remember that Death card? That was all about endings and letting go of what no longer serves you. The Wheel of Fortune is like the next step in that process, you know? It's about recognizing that those endings were necessary, that they created space for new beginnings, for new opportunities to come into your life. It's as if that part of your cycle needed to end so this new cycle can begin. You went through that ending, then we had that Three of Cups, all that joy and celebration with your friends. So now it's time to embrace the good times, to enjoy the company of your loved ones, and to celebrate all that you've accomplished. Sharing those wins with your besties. The Wheel of Fortune reminds you that life is meant to be enjoyed, that it's not all about hard work and struggle. So take time to laugh, to dance, to sing, to do things that bring you joy, and to surround yourself with people who lift you up. Remember what brings you joy. Remember what makes you you. You can lean on these things when things are tough. Remember the Queen of Wands, all that confidence and passion. I know that energy may have felt shaken with the Tower. So now, the Wheel of Fortune is reminding you that you still have that power within you, that you still have the ability to create the life you want. It's about tapping into your inner fire, about pursuing your passions with unwavering determination, and about believing in yourself, even when things get tough. You are Abada, those beautiful plans you were making with the Three of Wands. Those may be changing, too. The Wheel of Fortune is acknowledging that things may not go exactly as planned, but that's okay. It's about being flexible, adaptable, and open to new possibilities. It's about trusting that the universe has a plan for you, even if you can't see it yet. Take a moment to consider that you are on a great path, one that is unique to you. And of course, there's the Tower, right? All that chaos and upheaval. This one is interesting because the Wheel of Fortune can feel just as chaotic. But where the Tower is destructive, the Wheel of Fortune is transformative. So the Wheel of Fortune is helping you see that the Tower moment, while painful, was actually a necessary part of your journey. It's about recognizing that those challenges made you stronger, more resilient, and more compassionate. It's about finding the silver lining in every situation and about using your experiences to help others. The lessons you learned will absolutely make you a better person, a more well-rounded person. The wheel turned, you made it through. Then we had temperance, all that balance and harmony. You were able to bring it all back together. Now, the Wheel of Fortune is here to remind you that life is a constant balancing act, that there will always be ups and downs, but that you have the ability to find your center, to find your peace, and to navigate the ever-changing currents of life with grace and ease. You got this. You were able to find harmony after all the chaos. And now you're ready to use what you've learned to enjoy the ride. So, what does all this mean for you right now? Well, it means that you're on the cusp of something amazing, that you're about to enter a new cycle of growth, abundance, and joy. It means that all the hard work you've put in is about to pay off, and that you're finally ready to step into your full potential. It means that the universe is conspiring in your favor, and that you're exactly where you're meant to be. But it also means that you have to be willing to take risks, to step outside of your comfort zone, and to trust the journey. It means that you have to be willing to embrace change, to let go of control, and to surrender to the flow of life. It means that you have to be willing to believe in yourself, even when things get tough, and to know that you are capable of anything you set your mind to. Here's the thing, the Wheel of Fortune is always turning. Sometimes you're on top, sometimes you're on the bottom, but the key is to stay present, to stay grounded, and to enjoy the ride, no matter where you are on the wheel. It's about recognizing that every experience, every challenge, every opportunity is a chance for growth, for learning, and for expansion. It's really time to start thinking about what all of these things mean to you. It's time to make the most of every moment, to live each day to the fullest, and to create a life that's aligned with your values and your passions. It's about embracing your power, about shining your light, and about making a positive difference in the world. Here's some advice from me. Embrace the unknown. Don't be afraid to take risks, to try new things, and to step outside of your comfort zone. The greatest rewards often come from the greatest risks. Trust your intuition. Listen to your inner voice, follow your gut feelings, and trust that you know what's best for yourself. Stay grateful. Appreciate the good things in your life, even the small ones, and express gratitude for all that you have. Practice self-care. Take care of your body, mind, and spirit, and make time for activities that nourish your soul. Connect with others. Build meaningful relationships with people who support you, inspire you, and lift you up. Be kind to yourself. Forgive yourself for your mistakes, learn from your experiences, and embrace your imperfections. So, my friend, with this Wheel of Fortune energy, with all that you've been through, get ready to embrace the ride, to take control of your destiny, and to create the life you've always dreamed of. It's all within your reach. And remember that fluorite crystal we talked about at the beginning. It's still here, shining its light, helping you see things clearly and guiding you on your path. So keep it close, meditate with it, and let it remind you of your power, your potential, and your ability to create magic in your life. You are so ready for this next chapter. I am so excited for you. This is just the beginning, and I know you're going to do amazing things. Go out there and make your mark on the world. You got this. Okay, so Aquamarine Angel, right? What a gorgeous crystal. And its whole vibe is about illuminating, which totally connects to our reading theme, flowing forward, embracing emotional depth in love. It's like the Aquamarine is here to help you see things clearly as you navigate this next chapter, you know? This is about emotional balance and really understanding what's in your heart. And wow, these cards. Wheel of Fortune, Judgment, and Strength. Girl, this is major. This isn't just a little flutter. This is like a whole new love story unfolding. It's like the universe is stepping in, shaking things up, and pushing you towards something truly amazing, but also really, really meant for you, I think. Let's start with the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so this card. It's all about cycles, right? Ups and downs, twists and turns. But most importantly, it's about fate. It's like whatever's been going on in your love life, whatever patterns you've been stuck in, the universe is like, nope, we're changing things up now. This could mean so many things, honestly. Maybe you've been waiting for something to happen with someone, and now suddenly the timing is perfect. Or maybe you've been avoiding love altogether and bam, someone completely unexpected walks into your life. It's that feeling of, whoa, I did not see that coming, you know? Like, think about it. Have you been feeling stuck in a rut? Maybe dating the same type of person over and over, and it never works out. Or maybe you've just been so focused on other things that love has been on the back burner. Well, the Wheel of Fortune is saying that's about to change. The universe is intervening, and you're being pushed onto a new path. And girl, I am so excited for you. But here's the thing. The Wheel of Fortune isn't always about sunshine and rainbows. Sometimes it can bring challenges. But even those challenges are meant to push you forward, to help you grow, and to ultimately lead you to where you're supposed to be. So if things feel a little chaotic at first, don't panic. Trust that it's all part of the plan. Maybe an old flame comes back into your life unexpectedly. Or maybe you meet someone new who just completely throws you for a loop. The key here is to be open to the possibilities and to trust that the universe knows what it's doing, even if you don't. And think about the aquamarine energy here, right? With the wheel spinning, it can feel a little dizzying. So tap into that aquamarine to stay grounded and clear. Ask yourself, what do I really want in love? What am I ready to let go of? What am I ready to embrace? This isn't just about finding any love. It's about finding a love that's aligned with your highest self, a love that helps you grow and evolve. And that brings us to the next card, Judgment. Ooh, this is getting juicy. Judgment is all about rebirth, awakening, and like a major wake-up call. It's about facing the past, forgiving yourself and maybe others, and rising from the ashes like a phoenix. It's a powerful card of transformation. So with the Wheel of Fortune shaking things up, Judgment is like the call to action. It's saying, okay, the universe has set the stage. Now it's your turn to step up and make some choices. This is about evaluating your past relationships, understanding what you've learned, and releasing anything that's holding you back. Maybe there are old wounds that need to be healed. Maybe there are patterns you need to break. Whatever it is, Judgment is urging you to confront it head-on. This isn't about dwelling on the past, though. It's about learning from it and moving forward with a clean slate. Think about it. Have you been carrying around baggage from past relationships? Maybe you're still holding onto anger, resentment, or even just sadness. Judgment is saying it's time to let that go. It's time to forgive yourself and your exes and to create space for something new. This could also mean a literal judgment, like a legal situation finally resolving itself, freeing you up to move on with your life. Or it could be a more internal judgment, like finally accepting yourself for who you are, flaws and all. And girl, this is where the aquamarine energy really shines. Because facing the past can be scary, right? But the aquamarine can help you see things with clarity and compassion. It can help you understand why things happen the way they did, and it can give you the strength to forgive and move on. Imagine yourself standing in front of a mirror, looking at your reflection. But instead of seeing all your flaws and insecurities, you see your strength, your resilience, and your beauty. That's the energy of Judgment combined with aquamarine. It's about seeing yourself as the amazing person you truly are, and about believing that you deserve love and happiness. And the best part, this rebirth isn't just about you. It's also about the potential for a new relationship that's built on a solid foundation of self-awareness and authenticity. Because when you've done the work to heal your past, you're able to attract a partner who's truly aligned with your soul. Now, all this talk of fate and rebirth might sound a little intense, right? But that's where the third card comes in, Strength. And oh my gosh, this card is everything. Strength isn't just about physical strength. It's about inner strength, courage, compassion, and grace. It's about taming your inner lion, not by force, but by love and understanding. It's about facing your fears and insecurities with a gentle but firm hand. So, with the wheel of fortune shaking things up and judgment calling you to action, strength is the energy that empowers you to actually make those changes. It's the reminder that you have everything you need inside of you to navigate this new chapter with confidence and grace. Think about it. The wheel of fortune might throw some curveballs your way, and judgment might bring up some uncomfortable truths. But strength is the anchor that keeps you grounded, the inner voice that reminds you, I can handle this. I am strong. I am capable. This could mean standing up for yourself in a relationship, setting boundaries, and refusing to settle for anything less than you deserve. Or it could mean taking a leap of faith and putting yourself out there, even when you're scared. Maybe you've been afraid of getting hurt again, so you've been holding back. Strength is saying it's time to let go of that fear and to trust yourself to make good choices. It's about knowing that even if things don't work out perfectly, you'll be okay. You'll learn, you'll grow, and you'll come out stronger on the other side. And girl, the aquamarine energy is so perfect here, because strength isn't about being tough or aggressive. It's about being gentle and compassionate, both with yourself and with others. It's about leading with your heart and trusting your intuition. The aquamarine can help you connect with that inner wisdom and to find the courage to speak your truth, even when it's difficult. It can help you to be assertive without being aggressive and to be vulnerable without being weak. Imagine yourself standing tall and confident, radiating a gentle but powerful energy. You're not afraid to show your emotions, but you're also not letting your emotions control you. You're in control of your own destiny, and you're attracting love and abundance into your life. So, to recap, the Wheel of Fortune is bringing unexpected changes, judgment is calling you to heal and transform, and strength is empowering you to navigate this new chapter with courage and grace. And all of this is being supported by the illuminating and balancing energy of Aquamarine. This isn't just about finding a new relationship. It's about creating a whole new love life that's aligned with your soul's purpose. It's about attracting a partner who's truly your equal, someone who loves and supports you unconditionally. This is such a powerful combination of cards, and I'm so excited to see how this all unfolds for you. It feels like you're on the verge of something truly amazing, something that's going to bring so much joy and fulfillment into your life. You deserve all the love and happiness in the world, and these cards are a confirmation that it's on its way. Okay, so what's next? I think we need to dive a little deeper into what kind of energy you're attracting with all this amazing transformation. Okay, so what's next? I think we need to dive a little deeper into what kind of energy you're attracting with all this amazing transformation. And oh my gosh, the next card is the Hermit. Okay, so after all that intense energy, the wheel's spinning, judgment calling you to rise, and strength empowering you, the Hermit is almost like a breath of fresh air, you know. It's like the universe is saying, okay, you've been through a lot. Now it's time to retreat, reflect, and recharge. So don't think that this is a bad thing. It's actually, I think, super important. The Hermit is all about solitude, introspection, and finding wisdom within, right? It's about taking time away from the chaos of the world to really connect with yourself. Think of it as a spiritual retreat, you know? A chance to unplug from all the noise and really listen to your inner voice. So after all that change from the Wheel of Fortune, you know, and shedding the past with judgment, this is your moment to really understand what it all means for you. How have you changed? What do you really, truly want now? So basically, where the Wheel of Fortune was external forces are shaking things up. The Hermit is all about turning inward and finding your own inner compass, your own inner direction. It's about saying, okay, universe, I see what you're doing, but I need to take some time to figure out how this all fits into my own journey. You know what I mean. It's not about isolating yourself forever. It's about taking a conscious step back to gain clarity and perspective. This could mean so many things, you know. Maybe it means taking a break from dating for a while and really focusing on yourself and your own happiness. Or maybe it means spending more time in nature, meditating, journaling, or just doing things that bring you joy and peace. It's almost like after that intense workout with strength, the Hermit is saying, time for a cool down. The universe is giving you permission to slow down, to breathe, and to just be. Think of it as like creating a sanctuary for yourself, a space where you can feel safe, supported, and loved just by yourself. Like, have you been feeling overwhelmed lately? Maybe like you're constantly being pulled in a million different directions. Well, the Hermit is a sign that it's time to reclaim your energy and your time. It's time to prioritize your own well-being and to create space for self-care. And this is where the Aquamarine comes in so beautifully. The Hermit is like holding up a lantern, right? And that lantern is your intuition. It's that quiet voice inside of you that always knows what's best, but that can be easily drowned out by the noise of the world. This card wants you to turn down the noise, to go deep within. Think of the Aquamarine as amplifying that lantern, making your intuition even brighter and clearer. It can help you to see through the illusions and distractions that are keeping you from your truth. It can help you to connect with your inner wisdom and to trust your own guidance. Have you ever had that feeling where you just knew something was right, even if you couldn't explain why? That's your intuition talking. And the Hermit is encouraging you to listen to that voice, to trust that inner knowing. This isn't about ignoring external advice or support. It's about learning to discern between what resonates with your soul and what doesn't. It's learning the difference between good-intentioned advice that doesn't fit and recognizing what feels right and true for you, even if it's unconventional. Like, think back to those times when you ignored your intuition and regretted it later. We all have those stories, right? The Hermit is saying, okay, no more of that. It's time to start trusting yourself. And remember judgment. That card was all about facing the past and releasing anything that's holding you back. Well, the Hermit is like the next step in that process. It's about taking the lessons you've learned from the past and using them to create a better future. It's about understanding how your past experiences have shaped you, and about making conscious choices about who you want to be moving forward. It's about gaining clarity on your values, your priorities, and your goals. It's about defining what success and happiness mean to you, not what society tells you they should mean. So, like, you're spending time alone, connecting with your inner wisdom, right? But that doesn't mean you're going to be a hermit forever, totally isolated. No way. This is about preparing yourself for an even deeper, more meaningful connection with someone else. It's about becoming the best version of yourself so that you can attract a partner who's truly aligned with your soul. The Hermit can actually signal that you are glowing from within so strongly that others notice. In fact, sometimes the Hermit can indicate that you're going to meet someone special during this time of solitude and introspection. Maybe you'll meet them at a yoga retreat, a meditation class, or even just while you're out for a walk in nature. The key is that you're attracting someone who appreciates your independence, your wisdom, and your inner beauty. Someone who's not afraid to give you space to be yourself, but who also cherishes the moments you share together. It's about finding someone who gets you, who understands your need for solitude, and who supports your spiritual journey. Think about how amazing that would be, to meet someone who loves you for who you truly are, not for who they want you to be. Or this could be about solidifying self-love. Really, truly falling in love with yourself. The kind of love that makes you feel whole and complete, regardless of whether you're in a relationship or not. Because, let's be real, that's the most important love of all, right? The Hermit is a reminder that you are enough, just as you are. You don't need anyone else to complete you. You are already whole and perfect. And with strength in the mix, you're not just retreating, you're actively choosing this time for yourself, embracing it. You're not hiding from the world, you're preparing to re-enter it with even more power and clarity, having really clarified your purpose. The Aquamarine is like whispering in your ear, you are worthy of love, you are capable of great things, trust yourself, trust the universe. Everything is happening for your highest good. So, you're taking this time, you're learning, you're growing, so what's next, right? How do you take all this inner wisdom and bring it back out into the world? What happens when the solitude ends and you have to integrate these lessons, whatever form they take, into your daily life? Well, I think the next card is going to give us some clues. I am so excited to see what it is. Okay. So where were we? Yes, integrating all that inner wisdom, right? Getting ready to bring it back out into the world. And oh my God, the next card is the Tower. Girl, are you kidding me? From the Hermit to the Tower. That is like 0 to 60 in like a millisecond. Okay, so like deep breaths. This is intense. So the Tower. If the Hermit was all about quiet introspection, the Tower is like a freaking earthquake, you know? It's sudden change, it's unexpected upheaval, it's things falling apart. But also like revelation. It's like the universe is ripping away the structures that aren't serving you anymore, even if it's painful, even if it's scary. Oh my God, I'm already getting chills. So, like, what does this mean? Okay, so with the Wheel of Fortune already in the mix, bringing change and judgment calling for a rebirth, the Tower is like the accelerated version. It's like the universe is saying, okay, we don't have time for this slow, gradual transformation thing anymore. We need to shake things up now. It's a wake-up call, but like with a megaphone and a jackhammer, you know? Like, think about a tower, right? It's tall, it's imposing, it looks solid. But if the foundation is weak, or if it's built on lies, it's eventually going to crumble. And that's what the Tower is all about. It's about those moments when everything you thought was true, everything you were relying on, suddenly collapses. It can be terrifying, but it's also incredibly liberating. Like, think about a relationship, right? Maybe you thought it was solid, but underneath there were cracks. Maybe you were ignoring red flags, or maybe you were just afraid to be alone. The Tower could mean that that relationship is about to end, and it's going to be sudden and painful. But it's also going to free you to find a relationship that's actually built on solid ground, on honesty, and on mutual respect. Or maybe it's not a relationship, maybe it's a job, or a living situation, or even just a belief system. The Tower can show up in so many different ways. The key is that it's always about something that's been holding you back, something that's been preventing you from living your truth. It's like the universe is saying, okay, this isn't working anymore. It's time to let it go. And the thing about the Tower is that you don't see it coming, or even when you do, you're like in denial, you know? You're like, no, everything's fine. I can fix this, I can make it work. But the Tower is inevitable. It's going to happen whether you're ready for it or not. And that's why it's so scary. But here's the thing, the Tower isn't just about destruction. It's also about revelation. It's about seeing things clearly for the first time. It's about realizing what's been holding you back and about finally being free to move forward. It's like a hard reset, like wiping the slate clean and starting over. You know, and with judgment in the mix calling you to rebirth, this feels like a huge clearing out. It's like all that stuff you were supposed to release that you were maybe clinging to. The Tower is just going to blast it away. Okay, so, like, practically speaking, what could this look like? Well, like I said, it could be a relationship ending. It could be getting fired from a job. It could be a sudden move, like having to leave your apartment because of a fire or a flood, or, you know, something totally unexpected. It could be a health scare that forces you to reevaluate your priorities. Or it could be something more internal, like a sudden realization that you've been living a lie or that you've been suppressing your true self. The Tower is like a truth bomb going off in your life. Like, have you been feeling stuck lately? Like you're not living up to your full potential. The Tower could be the catalyst that finally pushes you to make a change. It could be the thing that forces you to step outside your comfort zone and to take a risk. But whatever it is, it's going to be intense, it's going to be challenging, and it's going to change your life forever. Now, with strength in the mix, that gives me hope, right? Because strength isn't just about inner power, it's about resilience. It's about being able to bounce back from adversity. So even though the Tower is going to knock you down, strength is going to help you get back up. It's going to give you the courage to face your fears and to rebuild your life, even better than before. It's like the Tower is the demolition crew, but strength is the architect, helping you design a new, stronger foundation. It's like you're going to be able to look back on this experience and say, wow, that was the hardest thing I've ever been through, but it also made me who I am today. And think about the Hermit too, right? All that introspection, all that inner wisdom. The Tower is going to test it. It's going to challenge you to put your beliefs into action. It's going to force you to rely on your own inner guidance, even when everything around you is falling apart. And it's going to show you that you are stronger and more resilient than you ever thought possible. Like, the hermit gives you the wisdom, but the tower gives you the opportunity to use it, to apply it to real-life situations. Okay, so this is where the aquamarine comes in, right? Because the tower is such a chaotic card, it can be really hard to stay grounded, to stay clear, to stay balanced. And that's where the aquamarine energy is so important. It's like a soothing balm for your soul, helping you to navigate the storm with grace and compassion. It can help you to see the bigger picture, to understand that even though things are falling apart, it's all happening for a reason. It can help you to find the clarity you need to make wise decisions, even in the midst of chaos. The aquamarine is like a lighthouse in the storm, guiding you towards safety and stability. It's reminding you that you are not alone, that the universe is supporting you, and that you have the strength and the wisdom to get through this. And it's helping you to stay connected to your heart, to remember what truly matters to you, even when everything else is crumbling. Have you ever been in a situation where everything felt like it was falling apart, but then you somehow managed to get through it, and you came out stronger on the other side? That's the energy of the tower combined with aquamarine. It's about finding the strength and the clarity to navigate the storm, and about emerging from the ashes with a renewed sense of purpose. It's like you're going to look back on this experience and say, wow, I can't believe I made it through that. But I did, and I'm so much stronger and wiser because of it. So, the tower is shaking things up. It's destroying what isn't working. It's revealing the truth. And the aquamarine is helping you to stay grounded, to stay clear, and to find the strength to navigate the storm. But what happens next? How do you integrate this sudden upheaval with the hermit's introspective wisdom? How do you rebuild after the tower has fallen? What is the lasting impact of this transformation? I am on the edge of my seat to see what the final card is. Okay, so the tower, right? I mean, oh my God, from the calm of the hermit to this. It's like the universe is just not letting you catch a break, but in a good way. Maybe. Okay, deep breaths, so the tower. This is all about sudden change, unexpected events, things just collapsing. It's intense, but it's also necessary, sometimes you gotta tear down the old to make way for the new. Okay, so what does this mean? Well, think about it this way. We've got the wheel of fortune bringing in all this change, right? And judgment is calling you to shed your old skin and be reborn. And strength gives you the power to do all that. The hermit helps you understand it. The tower is the universe saying, okay, time's up. Let's get this show on the road. It's like a cosmic wrecking ball, It comes in and just smashes everything that's not aligned with your highest good. And yeah, it can be scary, but it's also the ultimate act of love in a weird way. Maybe there's something in your life that you've been clinging to, even though you know it's not good for you. A relationship, a job, a belief system. Whatever it is, the tower is saying, nope, gotta go. It's like the universe is staging an intervention, girl, you deserve better. And sometimes that intervention is gonna be painful, no doubt. But it's always for your own good, even if it doesn't feel like it at the time. Think about a tower, right? It looks so strong and solid, but if the foundation is weak, it's gonna crumble eventually. And that's what the tower is all about, revealing those weak foundations, those cracks in the structure, so that you can rebuild something stronger and more authentic. So, okay, let's get real. What could this look like in your life? Well, it could be a relationship ending bam, out of nowhere. Or maybe not totally out of nowhere, but you were ignoring all the red flags, right? It could be a job loss, a financial crisis, a sudden move. Something that just completely shakes up your world. Or it could be something more internal, like a major shift in your perspective, a realization that you've been living a lie, or that you've been denying your true self. Have you been feeling stuck lately? You're just going through the motions, but not really living your life to the fullest. The tower could be the thing that finally snaps you out of it. It could be the catalyst that forces you to make a change, to take a risk, to step into your power. But the thing about the tower is, it's never just about destruction. It's always about revelation. It's about seeing the truth, finally, even if it's a painful truth. It's about breaking free from the chains that have been holding you back. And that's where the aquamarine comes in, right? Because the tower can be so chaotic and disorienting, it's easy to get lost in the storm. But the aquamarine is like a beacon of light, guiding you through the darkness. It helps you to stay grounded, to stay centered, to stay connected to your intuition. It helps you to see the bigger picture, to understand that even though things are falling apart, it's all happening for a reason. It's all part of the divine plan. Think about it. Aquamarine is all about clarity and emotional balance, right? And the tower is the opposite of that. It's all about chaos and upheaval. So you need that aquamarine energy to keep you from totally losing it, to help you see the light at the end of the tunnel. It can help you sort through the rubble and figure out what's worth saving and what needs to be let go. And remember strength. Thank God for strength, because strength is what's going to get you through this, girl. It's that inner resilience, that inner power that says, okay, this is tough, but I can handle it. I'm not going to let this break me. I'm going to come out stronger on the other side. Strength is the anchor that keeps you grounded when the tower is trying to sweep you away. It's the voice that reminds you that you are capable, you are worthy, and you are loved, even when it feels like the whole world is crashing down around you. And the hermit, don't forget about the hermit. All that time you spent in solitude, connecting with your inner wisdom, that's going to pay off big time now. Because the tower is going to challenge you to put that wisdom into practice. It's going to force you to rely on your own intuition, to trust your own inner guidance, even when everyone else is telling you what to do. All that work you did to, get in touch with your true self. That's what's going to help you navigate this storm. So the tower is testing you, It's saying, okay, you've done all this inner work. Now let's see if you can actually walk the walk. And yeah, it's gonna be scary. It's gonna be challenging, but you've got this. You've got the strength, you've got the hermit's wisdom, and you've got the aquamarine's clarity. You are so prepared for this moment. Imagine yourself standing in the middle of the wreckage, right? Everything is in chaos, everything is falling apart. But you're standing there, grounded and centered, with the aquamarine shining brightly in your hand. You're taking a deep breath, and you're saying to yourself, okay, this is tough, but I can do this. I am strong, I am resilient, and I am loved. And you start picking up the pieces, one by one, and you start rebuilding your life, even better than before. Okay, so, what does this mean for your love life? Well, it could mean that a relationship is ending, like I said. But it could also mean that something is shifting within you, that you're finally ready to let go of old patterns and beliefs that have been holding you back from finding true love. Maybe you've been settling for less than you deserve, or maybe you've been afraid to be vulnerable. The tower could be the thing that finally breaks down those walls and allows you to open your heart to someone new. Or this could be about your relationship with yourself. Have you been putting everyone else's needs before your own? Have you been neglecting your own self-care? The tower could be a wake-up call to start prioritizing yourself, to start loving yourself unconditionally. It could be about shedding old identities, the roles you play in life, and the ways that you perform for others rather than living for you. It could mean that you are being called to redefine yourself in a major way, to make sure that you are living an authentic life that is truly yours. So maybe you've been thinking about it, dabbling in these thoughts, and this card is making those seeds germinate much faster. The tower could be the thing that helps you do that and allow you to open yourself up to a deeper, more fulfilling relationship with yourself and with others. So, the tower is shaking things up. It's destroying what isn't working. It's revealing the truth. But it's also clearing the way for something new, something better, something more aligned with your soul's purpose. And the aquamarine is helping you to stay grounded, to stay clear, and to find the strength to navigate the storm. But what happens after the storm? How do you rebuild after the tower has fallen? What is the lasting impact of this transformation? What kind of love are you attracting after all of this? Ooh, I am, dying to see what the final card is. Okay, oh my gosh, after the tower. What could possibly be next? This is like a roller coaster, right? Okay, drum roll please. The Eight of Pentacles, oh wow, okay. So after all that chaos, all that destruction, all that earth-shattering change we get. The Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so this isn't like as immediately dramatic as the Tower, right? But I actually think it's like the perfect card to follow it. It's almost like the universe is saying, okay, the storm has passed. Now it's time to like rebuild brick by brick. I think it's really interesting. This means to me that work is to be done, the transformation is beginning. So the Eight of Pentacles. It's all about hard work, dedication, craftsmanship, mastering your skills. It's about putting in the effort to create something of lasting value. And like, after the Tower, that's exactly what you need to do, right? You need to take all those broken pieces and start putting them back together. But this time, you're building something even stronger and more beautiful than before. And like with the aquamarine energy still in the mix, you're doing it with clarity, with intention, and with a deep sense of purpose and emotional awareness. This card is telling you, now you have to actually work on it. Okay, so let's connect this to the other cards, right? The Wheel of Fortune brought in all this change. Judgment was calling you to shed your old skin. Strength gave you the power to do it. The Hermit helped you understand it all. The Tower blew everything up, and now the Eight of Pentacles is saying, okay, time to get to work. It's like all those other cards were setting the stage, and now you're finally ready to step into the spotlight and create the life you've always dreamed of. And what is that life? Now is the time to build it, make it, and dream it to life. This is your green light, and it is your turn. So, like, what does this mean in a practical sense? Well, it could mean a lot of things. Maybe the Tower destroyed a relationship, and now you're ready to put in the work to create a new one. A relationship that's built on solid foundations, on mutual respect, and on genuine love. This card is saying yes to the love that will make you feel that you are finally home. It is saying yes to the love that makes you feel free and happy. Do not lose hope. Or maybe the Tower shook up your career, and now you're ready to dedicate yourself to mastering a new skill, to pursuing your passion, to building a career that truly fulfills you. It could be that this new love is your new career, you just never knew it. Maybe you need to hone in your skills a little bit, and that is okay. Now is the time. The only thing that is stopping you is you. Go for it. Or maybe the Tower was an internal transformation, a shedding of old beliefs and patterns, and now you're ready to put in the work to create a new, more authentic self. Now is the time to really give yourself a glow up, both inside and out. Try going to the gym more, read more books, start dressing differently. New you, new boo. Let's get it. Like, have you been feeling lost or directionless lately? Maybe you've been bouncing from one thing to another, never really committing to anything. The Eight of Pentacles is a sign that it's time to choose a path and stick with it. It's time to focus your energy, to hone your skills, and to create something meaningful. It's a sign that you're capable of amazing things, as long as you're willing to put in the effort. This card is really saying to put your nose to the grindstone and get to work. What are you waiting for? But here's the thing. The Eight of Pentacles isn't just about hard work for the sake of hard work. It's about purposeful work. It's about aligning your actions with your values and your goals. It's about creating something that not only benefits you, but also benefits the world around you. Work on yourself, and I promise you, everything around you will begin to work out. Like, are you working a job that you hate just for the paycheck? Are you in a relationship that's draining your energy, but you're afraid to leave? The Eight of Pentacles is a call to action, a reminder that you deserve to be happy, that you deserve to be fulfilled, and that you have the power to create that for yourself. It's time to make some changes, even if they're difficult. It's time to start building a life that you truly love. I think that with Aquamarine in the picture, that is very possible. And that's where the Aquamarine comes in again, right? Because the Eight of Pentacles can sometimes feel a little tedious, you know. It's about the daily grind, the consistent effort, the slow and steady progress. And that can be challenging, especially after the excitement and upheaval of the Tower. It can be a lot, but remember, you can always rest. Do not stop. But the Aquamarine helps you to stay focused on the bigger picture. It helps you to remember why you're putting in all this effort, what you're working towards. It helps you to see the beauty in the process, the joy in the craftsmanship, the satisfaction in creating something of lasting value. You are capable of so much, and the aquamarine is here to help you do it. Let's dive deeper into these dreams and passions. It's like the aquamarine is reminding you that you're not just building a career, you're building a legacy. You're not just building a relationship, you're building a partnership. You're not just building a new self, you're building a masterpiece. And that's worth all the hard work, all the dedication, all the effort. Remember what the aquamarine reminds us. Illuminating. This is all happening for a reason. We are so close to greatness. Like, imagine yourself sitting at your workbench, surrounded by your tools, your materials, your creations. You're focused, you're present, you're in the flow. And as you work, you feel a sense of deep satisfaction, a sense of purpose, a sense of connection to something larger than yourself. You are building something amazing, and you are so proud of yourself for all that you have accomplished. Keep going, and with strength in the mix, this isn't just about working hard, it's about working smart. It's about using your inner power, your resilience, your compassion to guide your actions. It's about being gentle with yourself when you make mistakes, about learning from your failures, and about never giving up on your dreams. Remember, you are the main character. Like, have you been feeling overwhelmed lately? Like you have too much to do and not enough time to do it. Strength is reminding you that you don't have to do it all alone. You can ask for help. You can delegate tasks. You can set boundaries. You can prioritize your well-being and make sure you're taking care of yourself along the way. Remember, self-care is not selfish. It's like strength is giving you the energy and the courage to tackle those big projects, to face those difficult challenges, to stay committed to your goals, even when things get tough. And it's reminding you that you're not just a worker, you're a creator. You're not just a cog in the machine, you're an artist. And your life is your masterpiece. How beautiful, how exciting. So the Eight of Pentacles is calling you to action. It's saying, okay, the tower has fallen, now it's time to rebuild. And the aquamarine is helping you to stay focused, to stay clear, and to stay connected to your purpose. And strength is giving you the energy and the courage to make it happen. All these things working together, you can do anything. But what kind of love are you building with all this hard work and dedication? Is it a love that's based on shared goals, on mutual respect, on a commitment to creating something beautiful together? Or is it a love that's more about convenience, about comfort, about settling for less than you deserve? This will dictate the kind of man you attract. Maybe you're working hard to improve yourself, to become the best version of yourself, so that you can attract a partner who's truly aligned with your soul. Maybe you're working hard to build a career that allows you to live your purpose, so that you can share your gifts with the world and inspire others to do the same. These are all possibilities. The Eight of Pentacles is also about being present in the moment. Really savoring the process of creating, of building, of growing. It's about finding joy in the small things, in the daily tasks, in the consistent effort. It's about appreciating the journey, not just the destination. How beautiful. So the tower has shaken things up, and the Eight of Pentacles is helping you to rebuild. But what are you building towards? What is the ultimate goal? What is the love that you are trying to attract with all this hard work and dedication? Oh, I'm so excited, I need to know. What's the next card going to be? I have to know now. This is getting so good. Okay, so after all that, after the tower, after rebuilding, after all the lessons and the changes, the final card is the Magician. Oh my gosh, that's the perfect ending to this whole story, It's you've gone through all this transformation, you've learned so much about yourself, and now you're ready to create some magic. So the Magician. This card is all about manifestation, about taking action, about using your skills and your resources to create the life you want. And I think this card is all about being ready to show the world all that you have been working on. It's about taking the lessons you've learned and turning them into something tangible, something real. It's about believing in yourself and knowing that you have the power to make your dreams come true. This isn't just about wishing for something, it's about actively working towards it. It's about taking charge, The Magician has all the tools he needs right in front of him. The wand, the cup, the sword, the pentacle. He's got everything he needs to create whatever he desires. And you do too. You have all the skills, all the resources, all the knowledge you need to create the love life you want. You just have to believe it, and you have to be willing to put in the work and really put yourself out there, you know. This card wants you to know how unique and special you truly are and that there is no other you. Like, think about it. The Magician is standing there, confident and powerful, with one hand pointing up to the heavens and one hand pointing down to the earth. He's channeling energy from above and grounding it into the physical world. He's connecting the spiritual and the material, the dream and the reality. It's not just about thinking happy thoughts, it's about taking inspired action. It's about aligning your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions with your goals. And after all that tower and hermit energy, it's about knowing yourself so well that you are now in charge of your destiny. What do you want? What do you need? The Magician in you knows, and the Aquamarine wants you to trust what you discover. So, what does this mean for your love life? Well, it means that you're not just waiting for love to come to you, you're actively creating it. You're putting yourself out there, you're meeting new people, you're being open to new experiences. You're not afraid to take risks, to be vulnerable, to be yourself. This is key. And you're attracting people who are aligned with your values, your goals, and your dreams. You want someone that really understands you, that wants to learn all about you, someone that you will admire and love. Maybe you're creating an online dating profile that really showcases your personality, your passions, and your unique qualities. You are a prize to be won. Or maybe you're taking a class or joining a club that aligns with your interests, so you can meet people who share your passions. Or maybe you're just being more open and friendly in your everyday life, smiling at strangers, striking up conversations, and letting people see the real you. You may be surprised at the people you meet. Like, have you been feeling shy or insecure lately? The Magician is here to remind you that you are amazing, you are worthy, and you are loved. You have so much to offer the world, and you deserve to be with someone who appreciates you for who you truly are. I am sure your family and friends appreciate you. This card is giving you permission to step into your power, to own your awesomeness, and to attract the love you deserve. Now, let's really dive deeper into the other cards. You are ready for this. Okay, so let's connect this to the other cards, right? The Wheel of Fortune brought in all this change. Judgment was calling you to shed your old skin. Strength gave you the power to do it. The Hermit helped you understand it all. The Tower blew everything up. The Eight of Pentacles helped you rebuild, and now the Magician is saying, okay, you've got all the pieces. Now it's time to create your masterpiece. All those tools are in front of you. It's like all those other cards were preparing you for this moment, giving you the skills, the knowledge, and the experience you need to manifest your desires. The Wheel of Fortune shook things up to bring new opportunities your way, and the Magician helps you seize them. Judgment helped you release the past, so the Magician can create a fresh future. Strength gave you the courage to face your fears, so the Magician can take bold action. The Hermit helped you connect with your intuition, so the Magician can make wise decisions. The Tower cleared away what wasn't serving you, so the Magician can build something stronger. And the Eight of Pentacles gave you the dedication to put in the work, so the Magician can manifest your dreams. This is the sign you have been waiting for. And think about the Aquamarine energy throughout this whole journey, right? It's been helping you to stay clear, to stay balanced, and to stay connected to your intuition. And now, with the Magician, it's helping you to use that clarity to manifest your desires with intention and with purpose. The Aquamarine helps you to see the bigger picture, to understand that you're not just creating a love life, you're creating a life that's aligned with your soul's purpose. Let the shining guide your path. The Aquamarine is like amplifying your magical powers, helping you to attract the right people, the right opportunities, and the right circumstances into your life. Believe that it is working out for you because it is. Like, have you been feeling confused or uncertain about what you want? The Aquamarine is here to help you get clear on your intentions, to define your goals, and to create a vision for your future. What does your ideal love life look like? What kind of partner do you want to attract? What kind of relationship do you want to create? The Aquamarine can help you answer those questions with clarity and with confidence. Do not hold back anything. And with all that tower energy, maybe you feel like you are starting over, completely from scratch. But think about it. You aren't who you were before all this. The Aquamarine and Magician want you to know that because you have done the hard work to get to this moment, you aren't starting over, you are starting from experience. It's like you're not just building a love life, you're building a legacy. So, practically speaking, what can you do to embody the energy of the Magician and attract the love you desire? Well, first, get clear on what you want. Write it down, visualize it, create a vision board. The clearer you are about your intentions, the easier it will be to manifest them. What do you want your partner to look like? To act like? What energy do you want this person to carry? What do you want this person to value? Write it all down and I promise it will come true. Be specific. Second, take action. Don't just sit around waiting for love to find you. Put yourself out there, meet new people, try new things. The more you expand your horizons, the more opportunities you'll create for love to enter your life. Make sure to put yourself out there and do things that make you happy. If you like to read, go to a bookstore and hang out. If you like to work out, try a new gym. There are so many possibilities. Third, believe in yourself. Know that you are worthy of love, that you are capable of attracting the love you desire, and that you have the power to create the life of your dreams. Be kind to yourself and remind yourself that you are amazing. You are worthy of it all, and let that aquamarine illuminate how amazing you are. And finally, trust the universe. Know that everything is happening for a reason, that you are on the right path, and that the universe is conspiring to help you manifest your desires. The universe has your back. Surrender to the journey, trust the timing, and know that love is on its way. If you have done all these steps, you are on your way to a beautiful life full of love. If things are not working out, try to switch it up. This is all about trial and error. So, to recap, the Magician is all about manifestation, about taking action, and about creating the life you want. And with all the other cards supporting you, and with the aquamarine illuminating your path, you have everything you need to manifest the love of your dreams. Trust that you can do it, because I know that you can. You've been through so much, you've learned so much, and you've grown so much. And now you're ready to step into your power and create some magic. Believe in yourself, trust the universe, and know that you are loved. This is your time, this is your moment, and this is your life. Go out there and create something amazing. Hey there, my friend who picked the rhodonite star. This crystal is all about transformation, so get ready for some shifts. Your reading today focuses on balancing yourself and your partnerships, building a foundation of wholeness, which is so crucial in love. Okay, deep breath, let's dive in. So the first card we have is the Ten of Cups. Oh my gosh, this is like ultimate happiness. This card is all about overflowing joy, emotional fulfillment. Like, picture the perfect family, the perfect home, just that warm, fuzzy feeling of belonging and complete contentment. You know, like rainbows and sunshine and everyone's smiling. It's that feeling of we made it, like all your dreams have come true in the relationship space. It's that sense of harmony, of everything just clicking into place. Maybe you're even feeling this right now, which is amazing. This could be reflecting a current relationship, or it could be something you're actively manifesting, something you're working towards. Like, you're visualizing this beautiful future, this incredible connection, and you're putting in the work to make it a reality. And that's fantastic. This card is such a positive sign that you're on the right track, that you're building something truly special. It's like you've created this beautiful, supportive environment where love can flourish. It's a time of feeling deeply grateful for the connections you have, for the people in your life who bring you joy and support. You might be experiencing a period of heightened emotional connection, feeling super close to your loved ones, like you're all on the same wavelength. But, and there's always a but, isn't there? Even in the midst of all this happiness, it's important to stay grounded, you know? Like, don't get so caught up in the fairy tale that you ignore any potential red flags or underlying issues. Sometimes, we can get so focused on creating this perfect picture that we overlook things that need attention. So, while you're basking in all this joy, just remember to check in with yourself, to make sure that you're truly happy, that your needs are being met, and that you're not just sacrificing your own well-being for the sake of maintaining the image of perfection. You know what I mean. Like, make sure you're not just going along with the flow, but that you're actively participating in creating this happiness. Because true happiness comes from within, not just from external circumstances. Does that make sense? It's about being real with yourself, even when things seem amazing on the surface. Okay, so next up we have the Four of Wands. Ooh, this is like celebration time. This card is all about milestones, stability, feeling secure, like you've built a solid foundation. Think weddings, engagements, moving into a new home, big achievements, that kind of stuff. It's that feeling of accomplishment, like you've reached a significant point in your journey and it's time to celebrate. This card often represents a strong sense of community, feeling supported by your loved ones, like you're surrounded by people who are cheering you on. It's a time to acknowledge how far you've come and to appreciate the people who have helped you along the way. Maybe you're planning a big event, something that symbolizes your commitment and your joy. This card is all about creating lasting memories, celebrating love and connection, and solidifying your bond with the people you care about. It's like you're building a beautiful structure together, a home filled with love and laughter. This can also represent a feeling of security in your relationship, knowing that you have a partner who is there for you, who supports your dreams, and who loves you unconditionally. It's a time of feeling grounded and stable, like you can weather any storm together. You might be experiencing a period of increased harmony and cooperation, working together as a team to achieve your goals. This card is a reminder to appreciate the present moment, to savor the joy and the connection you have, and to celebrate the good things in your life. But, and this is a big but, is this celebration truly aligned with your authentic self? Are you celebrating because it's what you truly want, or because it's what you think you should want? Like, are you doing it for you, or are you doing it for other people? This card can sometimes represent external expectations, the pressure to conform to societal norms, like getting married, buying a house, having kids. So, it's super important to check in with yourself and make sure that you're not just following a script that someone else wrote for you. You know. Like, are you celebrating your dreams or someone else's? Are you building a foundation that truly supports your growth, or are you just trying to fit into a mold? It's about asking yourself the tough questions like, is this what I really want? Am I happy with the direction my life is taking? Am I sacrificing my own needs for the sake of maintaining this image of stability and happiness? Because sometimes we can get so caught up in the celebration that we lose sight of what's truly important to us. So, while you're enjoying all the festivities, just remember to stay true to yourself, to honor your own desires, and to make sure that you're not just living a life that someone else expects you to live. You know what I mean. It's about finding the balance between celebrating your achievements and staying connected to your inner truth. It's about making sure that your foundation is built on your values, your dreams, and your authentic self. And then, we have the Eight of Cups. Whoa, okay, this is interesting. This card is about walking away, leaving something behind, searching for something deeper. It's like you've reached a point where you realize that what you thought would make you happy, what you thought was your dream, isn't actually fulfilling you anymore. It's that feeling of emptiness, of knowing that something is missing, even though everything looks perfect on the surface. You might be feeling a sense of restlessness, a desire for something more meaningful, something that truly resonates with your soul. This card often represents a journey of self-discovery, a need to step away from the familiar and explore new possibilities. It's like you're being called to leave behind what no longer serves you, even if it's something that you've invested a lot of time and energy into. This could be a relationship, a job, a lifestyle, anything that feels like it's holding you back from your true potential. This card isn't about failure or giving up. It's about recognizing that your path has changed and that you need to follow your heart, even if it leads you away from what you thought you wanted. It's about trusting your intuition and having the courage to pursue your own unique journey, even if it means leaving behind the comfort and security of the known. You might be feeling a strong pull towards something new, something that excites you and inspires you, something that feels more aligned with your true purpose. This card is a reminder that it's okay to change your mind. It's okay to walk away from something that isn't working for you anymore, and it's okay to prioritize your own happiness and well-being. But why? Why walk away from the Ten of Cups, the Four of Wands, the apparent happiness? This is where the Rhodonite star energy comes in big time. It's about transformation, right? It's about acknowledging that growth requires change, and sometimes that means leaving behind what we thought we wanted in order to find what we truly need. It's about balancing the external with the internal. You can have the perfect life on the outside, but if you're not feeling fulfilled on the inside, then it's not truly sustainable. It's like you can build a beautiful house, but if the foundation isn't solid, it's going to crumble eventually. So this Eight of Cups is about going within, about connecting with your inner self, and about figuring out what truly makes you happy. It's about finding that balance between your external circumstances and your internal needs, between your relationships and your own personal growth. It's not necessarily about ending a relationship, although it could mean that. It could also mean stepping back to reassess, to redefine the relationship on your terms, to make sure it aligns with your evolving self. So, putting it all together. You're either in a place of incredible happiness and stability, or you're actively working towards it. You're celebrating milestones, feeling secure, but there's this nagging feeling, this whisper in your ear, saying, "Is this really it? Is this really what I want?" And the Eight of Cups is that whisper becoming a shout. It's that moment of realization that you need to honor your own needs, your own desires, and your own journey, even if it means stepping away from what you thought was your dream. This isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's actually incredibly empowering. It's about taking control of your own life, about making conscious choices, and about creating a future that truly aligns with your authentic self. It's like you're realizing that true happiness isn't about external validation, it's about internal fulfillment. And that requires courage, it requires honesty, and it requires a willingness to step outside of your comfort zone. Maybe you're feeling like you're playing a role, like you're trying to be someone you're not, in order to fit into this picture-perfect scenario. And the Eight of Cups is saying, no more, it's time to be yourself unapologetically. This is where the balance comes in. It's not about throwing everything away, it's about finding a way to integrate your own needs and desires into the existing framework. It's about creating a life that is both fulfilling and authentic, a life that reflects your true self, not just what others expect of you. So don't be afraid to walk away from what no longer serves you, and don't be afraid to pursue your own unique path. The Rhodonite star is guiding you towards transformation, towards a deeper understanding of yourself, and towards a life that is truly aligned with your soul. Trust the journey, trust your intuition, and trust that you are exactly where you need to be. Okay, so here we go. Next up, we have the Page of Swords. Ooh, this is, interesting, right? So after all that, after the Ten of Cups, the Four of Wands, the Eight of Cups, now we get the Page of Swords. Okay, so swords are all about, the mind, right? It's about thoughts, it's about communication, it's about truth, but sometimes harsh truths, And the page is like the messenger, the student. It's like the beginning of understanding these concepts. So how does this fit into everything that's been going on so far? Well, I think this Page of Swords is bringing in some new information, some new perspective, maybe something you haven't considered before. Remember how we were talking about questioning the surface level happiness, about wondering if what you have is truly authentic? Well, this Page of Swords might be bringing you the answer, or at least a piece of the puzzle. It's like a little aha moment, It could be that you're receiving some news, maybe something that someone says to you, or something that you read that suddenly sheds light on the situation. It's something that makes you go, oh, I get it now. Or it could be that you're starting to see things from a different angle, like you're finally able to understand someone else's perspective, or you're realizing something about yourself that you hadn't acknowledged before. Maybe it's about communication, Maybe you've been holding back, not really saying what you truly feel, and this Page of Swords is encouraging you to speak your truth, to be more assertive in expressing your needs. But, and this is a big but, you need to be careful how you communicate, right? Because swords can be sharp, they can be cutting, and the page is still learning how to wield that sword effectively, you know. So it's about being honest, but also being kind, being mindful of how your words might impact the other person. Like, imagine you've been feeling unfulfilled in your relationship, right? And you've been trying to ignore it, trying to convince yourself that you're happy because, you know, you have the 10 of Cups, the 4 of Wands, everything looks perfect on the outside. But then this Page of Swords comes along, and you suddenly realize that your partner has been completely oblivious to your feelings. Like, they haven't even noticed that you're unhappy because you haven't been saying anything. So the Page of Swords is like, okay, it's time to speak up. It's time to tell them how you feel. But, you know, you don't want to just blurt it out in a way that's going to hurt them or make them defensive. You need to find a way to communicate your needs in a way that's both honest and compassionate. Does that make sense? Or maybe it's the other way around, you know. Maybe your partner is the one who's been feeling unfulfilled, and they're finally starting to communicate that to you. And the Page of Swords is about being open to hearing what they have to say, even if it's something that you don't want to hear. It's about being willing to listen, to understand their perspective, and to work together to find a solution. But there's also a shadow side to the Page of Swords, you know. This card can sometimes represent being overly critical, being defensive, being gossipy, like using your words to cut people down instead of building them up. So, you need to be really careful that you're not falling into that trap, right? You need to make sure that you're using your words for good, not for evil. Like, imagine you're feeling insecure about your relationship, right? And instead of talking to your partner about it, you start gossiping about them to your friends, or you start looking for flaws in their behavior, just to justify your own feelings. That's the shadow side of the Page of Swords, and it's not going to help you in the long run. It's just going to create more drama and more negativity. So you need to be really mindful of your thoughts and your words, and make sure that you're coming from a place of love and understanding, not from a place of fear and insecurity. And how does this all connect back to the rhodonite star, right? The crystal of transformation. Well, I think the Page of Swords is showing you that transformation often requires truth. It requires honest communication, and it requires a willingness to challenge your own beliefs. Like, you can't transform if you're not willing to face the truth, even if it's uncomfortable. You can't transform if you're not willing to communicate your needs, even if it's scary. And you can't transform if you're not willing to challenge your own beliefs, even if it's painful. The rhodonite star is about balancing self and partnership, right? And the Page of Swords is showing you that that balance requires honesty, it requires communication, and it requires a willingness to see things from a different perspective. It's about finding the balance between your own needs and the needs of your partner, between your own truth and the truth of the situation. So, how do you integrate the energy of the Page of Swords into your life, right now? Well, I think the first step is to be open to learning, to be open to new information, to be open to different perspectives. Don't shut yourself off, don't get defensive, just be willing to listen and to learn. And then, the next step is to communicate clearly, to express your needs, to speak your truth, but to do it with kindness and compassion. Don't be afraid to say what you feel, but be mindful of how your words might impact the other person. And then, the final step is to challenge your own beliefs, to question what you think you know, to be willing to see things from a different angle. Don't just assume that you're right, be open to the possibility that you might be wrong. Like, maybe you've always believed that happiness comes from having a perfect relationship, right? The 10 of Cups. But the Page of Swords is challenging you to question that belief, to consider that maybe true happiness comes from within, from being true to yourself, from honoring your own needs. And that's where the 8 of Cups comes in, right? Walking away from what doesn't serve you. Or maybe you've always believed that you need to be strong and independent, that you can't rely on anyone else. But the Page of Swords is challenging you to consider that maybe it's okay to ask for help, that it's okay to lean on your partner, that it's okay to be vulnerable. So, the Page of Swords is really about bringing in a new level of awareness, a new level of understanding, a new level of honesty. It's about challenging you to step outside of your comfort zone, to question your assumptions, and to communicate your needs in a clear and compassionate way. It's a card of growth, a card of learning, and a card of transformation. It's like, you thought you had all the answers, right? You were like, okay, I'm going to build this perfect life, this 10 of Cups, this 4 of Wands. And then the 8 of Cups comes along and throws a wrench in the works, and now the Page of Swords is like, okay, time to get real, time to figure out what's really going on here. This card. It's almost like a detective, you know? It's like, I'm here to investigate, I'm here to uncover the truth. But it's not just about uncovering external truths, it's also about uncovering internal truths. It's about asking yourself the tough questions, the questions that you've been avoiding, the questions that you're afraid to answer. It's like, what am I really feeling? What do I really want? What am I really afraid of? And the answers to those questions. That's where the transformation begins. That's where you start to see things differently. That's where you start to make different choices. That's where you start to create a life that's truly aligned with your soul. So don't be afraid of the Page of Swords. Don't be afraid of the truth. Embrace it, welcome it, and use it to transform your life. Because the Rhodonite star is right there with you, guiding you every step of the way. Okay, so now what's the next card gonna be? I'm so curious to see how this all unfolds. What else is hiding here? Because something is about to pop, I can feel it, and whatever comes next is going to be, interesting to say the least. Okay. So now, the Tower. Oh my gosh. Okay, so after all that questioning, after all that truth-seeking with the Page of Swords, bam, we get the Tower. This is like the universe not so gently shaking things up, you know? Like taking that picture-perfect image, that 10 of Cups, 4 of Wands ideal, and just shattering it into a million pieces. Woo. So what does this mean? Well, first of all, don't panic, okay? I know the Tower can look scary, but it's actually a really important card, especially with the Rhodonite star energy we've got going on here. Remember, transformation. This isn't about destruction for the sake of destruction. It's about clearing away what's false, what's not serving you, so you can build something stronger, something more authentic. But yeah, it's gonna be a wild ride, no joke. Okay, so the Tower. It represents a sudden, unexpected change, right? It's like you've been living in this, like, castle, this beautiful, stable structure, that 4 of Wands energy, but it's built on a shaky foundation, maybe on some unspoken truths, some unmet needs. And now the universe is like, nope, gotta tear it down and start over. It's like a cosmic intervention, you know. You might be feeling like everything is falling apart, like you have no control, and honestly, you probably don't, not right now, but that is okay. This is about letting go, about surrendering to the process, and trusting that even though it's painful, even though it's scary, it's ultimately for your highest good. Think about it like this. You've been ignoring that little voice inside, that 8 of Cups energy, telling you that something isn't right, that you need to make a change. You've been trying to maintain the status quo, to keep everything looking perfect, but it's been building up, this tension, this dissatisfaction. And the Tower is like the pressure valve releasing. It's like all that pent-up energy, all that suppressed truth, finally explodes to the surface. It's dramatic, yeah, but it's necessary. So, what could this look like in your actual life? Well, there are a few possibilities, you know. Maybe it's a sudden revelation, something that completely changes your perspective on your relationship or on your life in general. Maybe you discover a secret. Maybe you uncover a truth that you've been avoiding. Maybe someone says something that just shatters your illusions. It's like, suddenly, you see everything in a completely different light, and you realize that what you thought was real was actually just a facade. Remember that Page of Swords energy, searching for the truth. Well, the Tower is the truth hitting you like a ton of bricks. Like, imagine you find out that your partner has been hiding something from you, something big, something that completely undermines your trust. Or maybe you realize that you've been living a lie, that you've been pretending to be someone you're not, just to please others. Or maybe you realize that you've been sacrificing your own needs for the sake of the relationship, and you're finally done with it. That could be the tower moment, that moment of realization, that moment of truth that changes everything. Or maybe it's a breakdown in communication, a huge fight that just blows up out of nowhere. You know, those fights where everything comes out, all the resentments, all the unspoken grievances, all the stuff that's been simmering beneath the surface for years. That could be the tower. It's like you've been trying to avoid conflict, trying to keep the peace, but it's just created more tension, more pressure. And now it all explodes, and everything is out in the open, raw and unfiltered. Maybe some super harsh words are exchanged, things said that cannot be unsaid, and yeah, that hurts. But if it has to be said, then it has to be said, especially so a new foundation can be established, right? And the Rhodonite star is just amplifying this energy of the real transformation that is about to occur. Or maybe it's an external event that forces a change in direction, something completely unexpected that throws everything into chaos. Maybe you lose your job, maybe you have a health crisis, maybe something happens to a loved one. It's like the universe is saying, okay, you need to reevaluate your priorities, you need to make some changes, and I'm going to give you a little nudge. And by nudge, I mean like a cosmic earthquake, haha. But even though it's scary, even though it's disruptive, it's ultimately an opportunity for growth, you know. It's a chance to step back, to reassess your life, and to make some conscious choices about where you want to go. To finally let go of what you've been clinging onto for so long. Or maybe it's a personal crisis, a moment of deep inner turmoil that triggers a transformation. Maybe you're struggling with anxiety, maybe you're feeling depressed, maybe you're just completely lost and confused about what you want in life. And the tower is like the breaking point, the moment where you can't take it anymore, the moment where you realize that you need to make a change, even if it's scary, even if it's painful. It's like you've been carrying all this weight on your shoulders, all this pressure, and it finally becomes too much to bear. And the tower is like the release, the moment where you let it all go, the moment where you finally allow yourself to break down, to feel your feelings, and to start the process of healing. Because holding it in is just not sustainable, and the tower is like, girl, I'm here to release you from that burden. No matter what form it takes, the tower is always about truth. It's about honesty. It's about authenticity. It's about stripping away the layers of illusion, the masks we wear, the stories we tell ourselves, and revealing what's underneath. And sometimes that can be really scary because what's underneath might not be pretty. It might not be what we want to see. But it's real, it's true, and it's necessary for our growth. So how do you navigate this tower energy, right? How do you cope with the chaos, the uncertainty, the pain? Well, the first thing is to allow yourself to feel your feelings, okay? Don't try to suppress them, don't try to ignore them, don't try to pretend that everything is okay when it's not. It's okay to be sad, it's okay to be angry, it's okay to be scared. Just let yourself feel it all without judgment, without criticism. Allow yourself to grieve the loss of what was, to mourn the passing of the old. Because it's important to honor those feelings, to acknowledge them, so you can move forward. And then, the next thing is to find healthy ways to cope with the stress, you know. Talk to a friend, talk to a therapist, journal, meditate, exercise, do whatever helps you to feel grounded and centered. Because this is a time when you really need to take care of yourself, to nurture yourself, to be kind to yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Don't blame yourself, just focus on healing and on rebuilding. And then, the most important thing is to trust the process, to trust that even though it's painful, even though it's scary, it's ultimately for your highest good. The tower is not the end, it's the beginning, you know. It's the beginning of something new, something better, something more authentic. It's a chance to rebuild your life on a solid foundation, on a foundation of truth, of honesty, of authenticity. And that's where the Rhodonite star comes in again, right? That transformative energy, that guidance towards balance and wholeness. It's reminding you that even in the midst of chaos, you have the power to transform your life, to create a future that is truly aligned with your soul. It's about balancing yourself and your partnerships, right? about recognizing that you can't build a healthy relationship on a foundation of lies or unmet needs. The Tower is forcing you to confront those issues, to clear away the debris, so you can build something stronger, something more sustainable. This Tower moment will be incredibly transformative, and this is where that crystal really shines. It's like you're being given a chance to start over, to create a life that is truly your own, a life that reflects your values, your dreams, and your authentic self. Don't be afraid to embrace the change. Don't be afraid to let go of what no longer serves you, and don't be afraid to step into the unknown. Because the universe is supporting you, the Rhodonite star is guiding you, and you are exactly where you need to be. Okay, so deep breath, right? The Tower has fallen, everything has changed. So what happens next? What does the rebuilding look like? Ooh, I'm so excited to see what card we pull next, because that will give us some clues about what to expect in the aftermath, you know. Are we talking slow and steady progress, or are we talking another sudden shift? Only one way to find out. Okay, so deep breath after that Tower moment, right? I mean Hugh, so let's see what comes next. Shuffles deck. Okay, the Fool. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. This is like so perfect, you guys. Like after all that chaos, after that Tower falling, we get the Fool. Okay, so the Fool, right? This is all about new beginnings, about taking a leap of faith, about stepping into the unknown with absolutely no guarantees. It's like you've just had your entire world turned upside down, right? The Tower has crumbled, everything is different, and now the Fool is saying, okay, time to start over. Time to jump off this cliff and see what happens. Like, are you serious right now? So, how does this connect to everything that's been going on? Well, I think the Fool is showing you that after the destruction of the Tower, there's this incredible opportunity for a fresh start, you know. Like you've cleared away all the old baggage, all the old illusions, and now you have this blank slate, this chance to create something completely new, something that's truly aligned with your authentic self. It's like the universe is saying, okay, you've learned your lesson, you've faced your fears, now go out there and live your life. Don't be afraid to take risks, don't be afraid to be yourself, just go for it. Which can be really, really scary, especially after something as intense as the Tower. Right. But, the Fool isn't just about being reckless, you know? It's not about just throwing caution to the wind and doing whatever you want without thinking about the consequences. It's about having faith, about trusting that the universe has your back, even when you can't see the path ahead. It's like you're standing at the edge of a cliff, right? And you don't know what's down there, you don't know if there's going to be a soft landing, you don't know if you're going to fall flat on your face. But you have this feeling, this intuition, that it's the right thing to do, that you need to take this leap of faith. And that's the Fool energy. It's about trusting that inner voice, that little nudge that's telling you to go for it, even when your head is telling you it's crazy. So what could this look like in your life, right now, after the Tower? Well, there are so many possibilities. Maybe it's about leaving that relationship, you know? Like the Tower has shown you that it's not working, that it's not sustainable, and the Fool is saying, okay, time to walk away. Time to start a new chapter, even if it's scary and uncertain. It's like you've been clinging to this relationship for so long, even though it's been making you unhappy, because you're afraid of being alone, you're afraid of the unknown. But the Fool is saying, you're strong enough to do this. You're capable of creating a happy life for yourself, even without this person. And you know what? That Rhodonite star energy is supporting you in balancing yourself and the partnership. So yeah. Or maybe it's about changing careers, you know. Like you've been feeling unfulfilled in your job for years, but you've been too afraid to quit because you need the money, you need the security. But the Tower has shown you that life is too short to be doing something you hate, and the Fool is saying, okay, time to take a risk. Time to pursue your passions, even if it means starting over from scratch. It's like you've always dreamed of being a writer or an artist or a musician, but you've never had the courage to actually pursue it. But the Fool is saying, now is the time. Take that leap of faith, invest in yourself, and see what happens. Or maybe it's about moving to a new city or traveling the world, or just doing something completely different that scares you. Like the tower has shaken you out of your comfort zone, and the Fool is saying, okay, time to embrace the unknown. Time to explore new possibilities, to meet new people, to experience new things. It's like you've been stuck in this rut for so long, doing the same old things, seeing the same old faces. But the Fool is saying, there's a whole world out there waiting for you. Go explore it. Don't be afraid to step outside of your comfort zone and discover what's waiting for you. But B-U-T. And this is a big but you need to be mindful of that Page of Swords energy, right? You can't just go blindly jumping off cliffs without doing your research, without being prepared. The Fool isn't about being stupid. It's about being brave, but also being smart. It's a balancing act. So many things to think about. It's like you need to do your homework, you need to weigh your options, you need to have some kind of plan, even if it's just a loose one. You can't just quit your job without having any savings, or move to a new city without having any place to live. That's just irresponsible, and it's not going to end well. The Fool is about taking calculated risks, about trusting your intuition, but also being practical and realistic. It's about finding that balance between faith and reason, between spontaneity and planning. And that, again, goes back to the Rhodonite star. It's all coming full circle. It's all about finding that balance between your inner self and the world around you. It's like you're walking a tightrope, right? And you need to be careful, you need to be focused, you need to be aware of your surroundings. But you also need to have faith that you can make it to the other side, that you can reach your goal, even if it seems impossible. So, how do you integrate this Fool energy into your life, right now, after that tower moment? Well, I think the first step is to identify what it is that you truly want, what it is that you're truly passionate about. What is that something you've been putting off, something that you've been dreaming about, something that you know would make you happy, if you only had the courage to do it? It's also really important to recognize if you are in fact running away. And then, the next step is to start taking small steps towards that goal. You don't have to quit your job tomorrow or move to a new city next week. Just start doing something, anything, that will move you closer to your dream. Take a class, read a book, talk to someone who's already doing what you want to do. Just start building momentum, start creating a path for yourself. And then, the most important thing is to trust yourself, to trust your intuition, to trust that you're on the right path, even when you can't see the destination. The Fool is about having faith in yourself, about believing that you're capable of achieving anything you set your mind to. It's like you're planting a seed, right? And you don't know if it's going to grow, you don't know if it's going to bear fruit. But you have to have faith that it will, you have to nurture it, you have to water it, you have to give it the sunlight it needs. And eventually, if you're patient and persistent, it will grow, it will blossom, and it will bring you joy. So embrace the Fool energy, embrace the unknown, and take that leap of faith. The universe is waiting for you. The Rhodonite star is guiding you, and you are exactly where you need to be. But just be smart about it, okay? Don't be a total fool, haha. Remember that Page of Swords influence and use your brain. Like you thought the tower was the end of the world, right? You thought everything was falling apart, that there was no hope. But the Fool is showing you that it's actually the beginning of something amazing, something new, something better than you could have ever imagined. It's wild, right? This card is like, okay, the old is gone, now what are you going to create? The possibilities are endless. It's exciting, but also a little terrifying if we're being honest. So with all of that said, what's coming next? What's going to help ground you or push you even further? I can't even imagine. Ooh, this is getting so good. Okay. So after that Fool energy, like that completely blank slate and that huge leap into the unknown, let's see what's next. Let's see what guidance we can get, because girl, you need it. Okay. Shuffles deck dramatically. The lovers. Whoa. Okay, so after the tower, after the Fool, we get the lovers. That's intense, right? I mean, this card is all about choices. It's about partnerships. It's about aligning your values, and after that complete upheaval, this is huge. This isn't just about romantic love, although it definitely can be. This is about making a conscious choice to align yourself with something or someone that truly resonates with your soul, that is authentic to your truest self. This card can show up when there's a major decision that needs to be made, something that's going to drastically alter your path, because you are standing at a crossroads and you need to be really clear about which direction you want to go. So, how does this fit in with everything we've seen so far? Like, we had that 10 of Cups, right? That picture-perfect happiness. But then the 8 of Cups came along and said, hold up, is this really what you want? And then the Page of Swords brought in some truth, some clarity, and bam, the Tower fell. And then you were pushed off a cliff with the Fool. It's like, what even is going on anymore? Well, I think the Lovers is saying that now, after all that chaos, after all that destruction, you have a choice. You get to choose what you want to create, what you want to build, what you want to align yourself with. It's like the universe is saying, okay, the old is gone, the foundation has crumbled, now it's time to decide what you want to replace it with. And that's where the Rhodonite star comes in, right? Balancing self and partnership, a foundation of wholeness. Because the Lovers isn't just about choosing a partner, it's about choosing yourself, about choosing to honor your own needs, your own values, your own authentic self. You get to consciously choose what you align with. And I think the biggest part about this is recognizing that you are absolutely worthy of choice. Like, imagine that Tower moment was the end of your relationship, right? The Tower showed you that it wasn't working, that it wasn't sustainable, that it wasn't aligned with your values. The Fool urged you to take that leap, to walk away. So now the Lovers is saying, okay, now you get to choose what kind of relationship you want to have in the future. Do you want to repeat the same patterns, the same mistakes? Or do you want to create something new, something healthier, something more authentic? Maybe you choose to be single for a while to focus on yourself, to heal from the past, to figure out what you truly want and need in a partner. That's a valid choice. That's a powerful choice. That's you choosing yourself, choosing to honor your own journey. Or maybe you choose to date, but to do it differently this time. To be more intentional, to be more honest, to be more selective. To not settle for anything less than what you deserve. That's also a valid choice. That's you choosing to create a relationship that's aligned with your values, with your authentic self. But, the Lovers isn't just about romantic relationships, you know. It can also be about other kinds of partnerships, like friendships or business partnerships, or even your relationship with yourself. Maybe the Tower moment was a career change, right? You lost your job, or you realized that you hated what you were doing. The Fool gave you the courage to quit, to pursue your passion. So now the Lovers is saying, okay, now you get to choose what kind of career you want to have. Do you want to go back to the same old grind, the same old toxic environment? Or do you want to create something new, something more fulfilling, something more aligned with your values? Maybe you choose to start your own business, to be your own boss, to create something that you're truly passionate about. That's a valid choice. That's you choosing to align your work with your purpose. Or maybe you choose to go back to school, to learn a new skill, to pursue a new field of study. That's also a valid choice. That's you choosing to invest in yourself, to grow and expand your horizons. And then there's your relationship with yourself, which is the most important relationship of all, right? The Lovers can be about choosing to love yourself, to accept yourself, to honor yourself, even with all your flaws and imperfections. Because true love starts from within, right? You can't truly love someone else until you truly love yourself. The Tower moment might have shaken your self-confidence, might have made you question your worth. The Fool urged you to take a leap of faith, to believe in yourself. So now the Lovers is saying, okay, now you get to choose how you see yourself. Do you want to continue to beat yourself up, to focus on your flaws, to believe that you're not good enough? Or do you want to choose to love yourself, to accept yourself, to celebrate your strengths? Maybe you choose to start practicing self-care, to prioritize your mental and physical health, to do things that make you feel good. That's a valid choice. That's you choosing to nurture your inner self. Or maybe you choose to forgive yourself for your past mistakes, to let go of the guilt and shame, to move forward with compassion and understanding. That's also a valid choice. That's you choosing to heal your wounds, to embrace your imperfections, to become a more whole and authentic person. But what if the Tower didn't end your relationship? What if it just shook things up, revealed some uncomfortable truths, forced you to confront some difficult issues? What if the Fool urged you to stay, to work through the challenges, to create something stronger and more authentic together? Then the Lovers takes on a whole new meaning, right? It's not just about choosing a partner. It's about choosing to commit to that partner, to work through the difficulties, to build a deeper, more meaningful connection. It's not about finding the perfect person. It's about choosing to love an imperfect person perfectly, or as perfectly as you can at the time. It's about recognizing that relationships are hard, that they require effort, that they require compromise. But it's also about recognizing that the rewards are worth it, that the love, the connection, the support, the companionship are all worth fighting for. It's about choosing to communicate openly and honestly, to share your feelings, to express your needs. It's about choosing to listen actively and empathetically, to understand your partner's perspective, to validate their experiences. It's about choosing to forgive each other for your mistakes, to let go of the resentment, to move forward with compassion and understanding. It's about choosing to grow together, to learn from each other, to support each other's dreams and goals. It's about choosing to create a relationship that's based on mutual respect, trust, honesty, and love. A relationship that's aligned with your values, with your authentic selves, with your shared vision for the future. And that, my friend, is a powerful choice indeed. That's you choosing to transform your relationship, to create something truly special, something that will last a lifetime. It's about balancing self and partnership, right? About recognizing that you can't have a healthy relationship unless you're both whole and healthy individuals. So whether you stay or leave, be sure to be honest about your own choices. So what do you do with this lover's energy right now, after all that chaos, after all that destruction? Well, I think the first step is to get really clear about your values, about what's truly important to you. What do you want in a relationship, in a career, in a life? What are your non-negotiables? What are you willing to compromise on? And then the next step is to get really honest with yourself about what you're feeling, about what you're needing, about what you're wanting. What are you afraid of? What are you hoping for? What are you willing to do to create the life you want? And then the most important step is to make a conscious choice, to choose to align yourself with what's truly important to you, to choose to honor your own needs, your own values, your own authentic self. Choose wisely, my friend, because the choice is yours and the consequences will be profound. And whatever choice you make, I truly hope that you choose yourself, no matter what that looks like. Oh my gosh, so that was a lot, right? But like so much good stuff in there. So now what's next? What's going to help you implement this lover's energy? Are we talking action? Are we talking reflection? Are we talking more chaos? Only one way to find out. Let's see what the cards have in store for you next. Okay. So after all of that, after the 10 of Cups, the 4 of Wands, the 8 of Cups, the Page of Swords, the Tower, the Fool, and the Lovers, we finally have, drumroll please, the 2 of Swords. Ooh, this is interesting, right? After all that chaos and change and decision-making, we end up with a standstill. Okay, so let's break this down, because this is actually super relevant to everything that's been going on. So, the 2 of Swords, right? This card is all about being at a crossroads, about having a decision to make, but feeling blocked, feeling uncertain, feeling like you just don't know which way to go. It's like you're standing there with your eyes covered, holding these 2 swords, and you're just stuck, like you can't see clearly, you can't move forward, you're just in this state of limbo. And swords, remember, are all about the mind, about thoughts, about decisions. So this is a mental block, a feeling of being trapped in your own head. So how does this connect to everything that's been happening in your reading? Well, let's recap, right? We started with the 10 of Cups, that picture-perfect happiness, that feeling of everything being perfect, of having it all. But then, the 8 of Cups came along and made you question everything, right? Made you wonder if that happiness was really authentic, if it was really fulfilling you. And then the Page of Swords showed up with some harsh truths, some new information that challenged your beliefs. And then bam, the Tower fell, everything crumbled, everything changed. And then the Fool came along and urged you to take a leap of faith, to start over, to embrace the unknown. And then the Lovers presented you with a choice, a major decision about your future. And now, here you are with the Two of Swords, feeling completely stuck, completely uncertain about which way to go. It's like you've been through this whole roller coaster of emotions, this whole whirlwind of change, and now you're just paralyzed. You know what I mean. Like you're standing there trying to make a decision, but your mind is just racing. Your thoughts are all jumbled and you can't seem to find any clarity. You're like, okay, I know I need to make a choice, but I just don't know what to do. I don't know which path to take. I'm so confused. And that's totally understandable, especially after everything you've been through. So what is this decision that you're struggling with? Well, there are a few possibilities, right? It could be a decision about your relationship, especially after all that Tower and Lovers energy. Like, maybe you're trying to decide whether to stay in the relationship or to leave, whether to try to work things out or to move on. Maybe you're feeling torn between your head and your heart, between what you think you should do and what you actually want to do. Maybe you're afraid of making the wrong decision, afraid of hurting someone, afraid of being alone. All of that is totally valid. Or maybe the decision is about your career, especially if the Tower brought some changes in that area. Like maybe you're trying to decide whether to stay in your current job or to look for something new, whether to pursue your passion or to stick with something safe and stable. Maybe you're feeling torn between your desire for fulfillment and your need for security. Maybe you're afraid of taking a risk, afraid of failing, afraid of not being good enough. Again, completely understandable. Or maybe the decision is about yourself, about your own personal growth and development. Like, maybe you're trying to decide what kind of person you want to be, what kind of life you want to live. Maybe you're feeling torn between your old self and your new self, between the person you used to be and the person you're becoming. Maybe you're afraid of change, afraid of letting go of the past, afraid of stepping into your true power. And guess what? All of that is okay too. But the Two of Swords is telling you that you can't stay stuck in this state of limbo forever, right? You need to find a way to unblock the decision-making process, to gain some clarity, to move forward. So, how do you do that? Well, there are a few things you can try, you know? First of all, you need to take some time to quiet your mind, to calm your thoughts, to get out of your head. Because right now, your mind is just too noisy, too chaotic, too full of doubt and fear. You need to create some space for clarity to emerge. So, how do you quiet your mind? Well, meditation can be really helpful, even if it's just for a few minutes each day. Just sit quietly, close your eyes, and focus on your breath. Let your thoughts come and go without judgment, without getting caught up in them. Just observe them like clouds passing by in the sky. You might be surprised at how much clarity you can gain just by quieting your mind for a few minutes. Or journaling can also be really helpful. Just write down whatever comes to mind without censoring yourself, without worrying about grammar or spelling. Just let your thoughts flow onto the page. You might discover some hidden feelings, some unconscious beliefs, some patterns that you weren't aware of before. And sometimes, just getting your thoughts out of your head and onto paper can be enough to unblock the decision-making process. Or you could try talking to a trusted friend, or a therapist, or a coach, someone who can listen to you without judgment and offer you some objective perspective. Sometimes, just hearing yourself talk about your situation can help you to gain clarity. And sometimes, a fresh perspective from someone else can be exactly what you need to see things in a new light. But the most important thing, I think, is to trust your intuition, to listen to your inner voice, to follow your heart. Because deep down, you already know what you need to do, right? You might be afraid to admit it, you might be trying to ignore it, but your intuition is always there, guiding you, nudging you in the right direction. So take some time to connect with your intuition, to listen to that inner voice, to trust that it will lead you to the right choice. And how do you connect with your intuition? Well, you can try asking yourself questions and paying attention to the first answer that comes to mind without overthinking it. Or you can try visualizing your options and noticing which one feels the most aligned, the most authentic, the most joyful. Or you can try just sitting quietly and asking your intuition for guidance, and then paying attention to any feelings or images or thoughts that come to you. And remember that rhodonite star energy, right? That transformative energy, that guidance towards balance and wholeness. This whole reading has been about balancing self and partnership, about building a foundation of wholeness. And the Two of Swords is no different. It's about finding that balance within yourself, about aligning your head and your heart, about honoring your own needs and desires. It's also about finding balance in your relationships, about communicating openly and honestly, about creating partnerships that are based on mutual respect, trust, and love. Because you deserve that, you know. You deserve to be happy, you deserve to be fulfilled, you deserve to be in relationships that support your growth and well-being. So don't be afraid to take your time to explore your options, to seek guidance from others. But ultimately, trust yourself, trust your intuition, and trust that you will make the right choice, even if it's scary, even if it's uncertain. Because you are strong, you are wise, and you are capable of creating a life that is truly aligned with your soul. And remember, this is a journey, not a destination. There will be ups and downs, twists and turns, moments of clarity and moments of confusion. But the most important thing is to keep moving forward, to keep learning, to keep growing, and to keep trusting yourself every step of the way. You've got this. I believe in you. And the universe is supporting you, guiding you, and cheering you on. So go out there and create the life you were meant to live. Woohoo. Alright, so with the selenite palm stone, you're holding a crystal known for protective energy. This reading is all about creating a sacred space for love, which involves setting healthy boundaries and being really clear about your intentions. So let's see what the cards have to say about your next love chapter. Ooh, okay, this is interesting. We have the Wheel of Fortune, the Five of Pentacles, and the Three of Cups all together. Wow. Okay, so starting with the Wheel of Fortune, this is like big energy, right? This is all about cycles, destiny, and major turning points. So immediately, I'm feeling like you're on the verge of a significant shift in your love life, or maybe you're already experiencing it. This isn't just some minor change, this is like a whole new chapter, a whole new level. It's a feeling of the universe stepping in and saying, okay, it's your time. You know, it's like things are finally aligning in your favor. Now, the Wheel of Fortune can also be a little unpredictable, right? It's not always smooth sailing, but it does mean that things are moving. Things are changing. And whatever you've been waiting for, whatever you've been hopping for, it's like the energy is picking up speed. It's picking up momentum. And I feel like you're about to be swept off your feet in a good way. This could mean a new relationship is coming in, or it could mean a current relationship is about to level up. But here's the thing. The Wheel of Fortune isn't just about luck. It's also about karma. It's about what you've put out into the universe. So if you've been working on yourself, if you've been focusing on self-love, if you've been manifesting what you want, this is a sign that it's all paying off. The universe is responding to your efforts. But if you've been stuck in negative patterns, if you've been holding on to limiting beliefs, then this could also be a wake-up call. A chance to break free from those old cycles and create a new destiny for yourself. You know, and because we have the selenite here, which is all about protection, I'm feeling like you need to be really mindful of your energy right now. Be discerning about who you let into your life. Protect your heart. Because the Wheel of Fortune can bring in all kinds of opportunities, but it's up to you to choose the ones that are aligned with your highest good. You know, use your intuition, trust your gut. Don't just jump into anything blindly. Think of it like this. The Wheel of Fortune is like a lottery ticket. You might win big, but you still need to cash it in. You still need to make smart choices about how you use that money. You still need to protect yourself from people who might try to take advantage of you. So, with the selenite in hand, I'm feeling like this is a time to be both open to possibilities, but also very grounded and protective of your energy. It's a delicate balance. And this is a major theme for you right now. So that's the Wheel of Fortune, right? Big changes coming. But then we have the Five of Pentacles. This is a tough card. This is like the opposite of abundance, right? This is about feeling left out in the cold, feeling like you're lacking something, feeling like you're struggling. So this could represent a past experience where you felt rejected or unsupported, or like you just didn't have enough. Enough love, enough money, enough resources, enough support. It could be a period of loneliness or isolation or feeling like you're on the outside looking in. You know, now the good news is the Wheel of Fortune is right next to it. So this tells me that you're moving out of that energy. You're not stuck there. But the Five of Pentacles can still have a lingering effect, right? It can leave you feeling insecure or unworthy or afraid of being hurt again. So it's important to acknowledge those feelings, to validate them, to not just try to brush them under the rug. You know, it's okay to feel sad or angry or disappointed. It's part of the healing process. But here's the thing. The Five of Pentacles often represents a perceived lack, not necessarily an actual lack. What I mean by that is, you might think you're lacking something, but in reality, you have more resources than you realize. You have more support than you realize. You have more love than you realize. You just need to open your eyes and see it. You know. Sometimes, we get so focused on what we don't have that we forget to appreciate what we do have. We forget to appreciate the people who are there for us. We forget to appreciate our own strengths and talents. So, with the Five of Pentacles, I'm feeling like you need to shift your focus from lack to abundance, from what's missing to what's already there. And that's why the selenite is so important here, right? It's helping you to clear away the negative energy, the limiting beliefs, the feelings of unworthiness, so you can see the truth. So you can see that you are worthy of love, you are worthy of support, you are worthy of abundance. You know, and this also ties into creating sacred space for love. Because if you're holding onto those old feelings of lack, if you're still carrying that baggage from the past, it's going to be hard to create a healthy, loving relationship. You're going to be attracting people who mirror those insecurities back to you. You're going to be sabotaging your own happiness. So the Five of Pentacles is a reminder to heal those old wounds, to release those limiting beliefs, to create space for something new to come in. It's all about making room, right? Maybe you need to forgive someone from your past. Maybe you need to forgive yourself. Maybe you need to let go of a relationship that's no longer serving you. Whatever it is, the Five of Pentacles is urging you to clear out the clutter, to make space for love to flourish. And it's like you've got to do that work. You know, it's not always easy, but it's so worth it. It's so important. You deserve it. So we've got the Wheel of Fortune bringing in big changes, the Five of Pentacles highlighting past wounds and perceived lack, and then we have the Three of Cups. Yes, this is like the party card, right? This is all about celebration, friendship, community, joy, connection. This is such a beautiful energy after the Five of Pentacles, right? It's like you've gone through the darkness and now you're coming out into the light. You're finding your tribe. You're connecting with people who uplift you, who support you, who celebrate you for who you are. It's beautiful. So, with the Three of Cups, I'm feeling like you're entering a phase where you're going to be surrounded by love and laughter. You're going to be reconnecting with old friends, making new friends, and just feeling really connected to your community. This could also indicate a celebration of some kind, like a wedding, or a birthday, or a graduation, or just a general celebration of life. You know, and this is also really important in the context of the Five of Pentacles. Because remember, the Five of Pentacles is about feeling isolated, feeling like you're on the outside looking in. The Three of Cups is the opposite of that. It's about feeling included, feeling supported, feeling loved. So this is a sign that you're not alone. You have people who care about you. You have people who want to celebrate with you. You just need to open yourself up to those connections. You know, and this is a big but with the selenite here, we also need to talk about boundaries. Because the Three of Cups can sometimes be a little overwhelming. It can be easy to get caught up in the excitement, to overextend yourself, to say yes to everything, and then end up feeling drained and depleted. So, with the selenite in hand, I'm feeling like you need to be really mindful of your energy when you're engaging with your community. Set healthy boundaries. Don't be afraid to say no. Protect your time and your space. You know. It's okay to celebrate. It's okay to have fun, but it's also important to take care of yourself. to make sure you're not giving too much of yourself away, to make sure you're not sacrificing your own needs for the sake of others, because that's not sustainable in the long run. You know, and this also ties into creating sacred space for love. Because if you're constantly surrounded by chaos and drama, if you're always putting other people's needs before your own, it's going to be hard to create a peaceful, loving environment for yourself. You need to create boundaries that protect your energy, that allow you to recharge, that allow you to connect with yourself. You know. It's all about finding that balance between connection and solitude, between giving and receiving, between celebrating with others and honoring your own needs. So, the Three of Cups is a beautiful energy, but it's also a reminder to be mindful, to be grounded, to be protective of your energy. And that's where the selenite comes in. It's helping you to create that sacred space, to set those healthy boundaries, to attract people who are aligned with your highest good, and to celebrate life in a way that's both joyful and sustainable. It's like, you can have fun, but you've got to protect your energy. You know. Okay, so we've got the Wheel of Fortune bringing in all this change, right? And the Five of Pentacles about healing from past hurts. And then that lovely Three of Cups about celebrating with your friends. And now, we have the Four of Wands. Oh, this is such a good card to see here. Okay, so, the Four of Wands, first impressions, right? It's like home, celebration, harmony, a safe and happy space. It's like a welcoming party, almost. Think of it like you've been traveling, you've been on a journey, and now you're finally coming home. You're arriving at a place where you feel safe, loved, and supported. It's a feeling of stability and security. Like, I can finally relax. You know. So how does this fit in with everything else? Well, with the Wheel of Fortune, which, remember, is all about change and unexpected turns, the Four of Wands provides a sense of grounding. It's like, even though things are changing, even though life is throwing you curveballs, you still have this solid foundation to come back to. This could be your actual home, it could be a relationship, it could be a community, it could even just be a feeling within yourself. But it's something that provides you with comfort and stability amidst all the chaos. You know, it's a reminder that even when things feel uncertain, you're not alone. You have a safe space to retreat to, a place where you can recharge and reconnect with yourself. So that Wheel of Fortune energy, it's a lot less scary when you know you have that solid base. And then, with the Five of Pentacles, which, poor thing, that's all about feeling left out and insecure, the Four of Wands is like the antidote, right? It's like you've done the work to heal those old wounds, to release those limiting beliefs, and now you're finally creating a space for yourself where you feel worthy and loved. It's that feeling of like, I deserve this. Maybe you've moved into a new home that feels really good, or you've deepened a relationship, or you've finally started treating yourself with the kindness and compassion you deserve. It's all about creating that sense of belonging that was missing before. It's like you're finally in the party, and not outside looking in, you know. And then, of course, with the Three of Cups, that card of celebration and community, the Four of Wands reinforces that sense of connection and belonging. It's like you're not just celebrating with your friends, you're actually building a home together, whether it's literally or figuratively. Maybe you're hosting gatherings at your place, maybe you're creating a shared space with your friends, maybe you're just deepening those bonds of friendship and creating a sense of chosen family. It's all about creating a community where everyone feels welcome and supported. But remember, we were talking about boundaries. This is also a card about making sure that community is actually a healthy one. And that ties right back into our theme of creating sacred space for love, right? Because the Four of Wands isn't just about having a nice home, it's about creating a space that nurtures your soul, that supports your growth, and that allows you to be your authentic self. It's about setting intentions for your relationships, for your home, for your life, and creating boundaries that protect those intentions. Think about what makes you feel safe and secure. What makes you feel loved and supported? What makes you feel like you belong? And then create your space around those things. You know, this could mean different things for different people. Maybe it means decorating your home in a way that reflects your personality and your values. Maybe it means setting aside time each day for self-care and reflection. Maybe it means having honest conversations with your partner about your needs and expectations. Maybe it means ending relationships that are no longer serving you. Whatever it is, the Four of Wands is encouraging you to take intentional steps to create a space that supports your well-being and your happiness. Now, let's think about this in terms of your love life specifically. If you're single, the Four of Wands could be a sign that you're ready to create a home for yourself, both literally and figuratively. Maybe you're ready to buy a house, or maybe you're just ready to create a space in your life where you feel comfortable and secure being single. This could also mean that you're attracting someone into your life who shares your values and your vision for the future. Someone who feels like home to you. But be careful not to settle just for the sake of having that feeling of security. If you're in a relationship, the Four of Wands could be a sign that you're ready to take things to the next level. Maybe you're ready to move in together, get engaged, or start a family. Or maybe it just means that you're deepening your commitment to each other and creating a stronger foundation for your relationship. It's about building a shared life together, a life that feels safe, loving, and supportive. You know, it's that feeling of coming home to each other after a long day. But here's a word of caution, okay? The Four of Wands can sometimes be a little complacent. It can be easy to get too comfortable, to take things for granted, to stop putting in the effort. So with the Selenite here, we need to be mindful of that. Don't let the feeling of security lull you into a sense of apathy. Keep nurturing your relationships, keep working on yourself, keep growing and evolving. Because even the most beautiful home needs regular maintenance, right? Think about what home means to you. Is it a physical place? Is it a feeling? Is it a person? And then, think about what you can do to create more of that in your life. What steps can you take to build a stronger foundation for your relationships, to create a more nurturing environment for yourself, to feel more secure and loved? The Four of Wands is a reminder that you have the power to create your own happiness, to build your own home, to find your own sense of belonging. It's all within you. And with that selenite palm stone, remember, you're holding onto that protective energy. It's helping you to create boundaries, to set intentions, and to attract people and experiences that are aligned with your highest good. It's like you're building a shield around your heart, protecting yourself from negativity and attracting love and abundance into your life. It is so powerful. So yeah, the Four of Wands is a really beautiful card here. It's all about creating a safe, loving, and supportive space for yourself and for your relationships. It's about building a home, finding your tribe, and celebrating life's joys. But it's also about being mindful, setting boundaries, and protecting your energy. It's a delicate balance, but you've got this. Remember to keep that selenite close and trust your intuition. You know, okay, I'm really excited to see what's coming next because, while this feels good, I also feel like there's another layer to this story that we haven't quite uncovered yet. We have those foundations, but what are we building on them, you know? Okay, wow, so after all of that, we get the Emperor. This is really interesting. The Emperor is like the ultimate authority figure, right? Structure, control, leadership, masculine energy. It's a very different vibe from the Four of Wands, which was all about comfort and stability. So this is definitely adding a new layer to the story. So with our theme of creating sacred space, boundaries, and intentions, the Emperor brings in this idea of taking charge of your own life and creating the structures you need to thrive. It's not just about making a cozy home, like with the Four of Wands, but about building an empire, you know, figuratively speaking. It's about taking control, setting clear boundaries, and being the boss of your own destiny. And with that selenite, this is about protecting your space with authority and intention. The selenite is all about clearing negative energy and creating a safe haven, and the Emperor is about defending that haven with strength and confidence. You're not just passively receiving love, you're actively creating the conditions for it to flourish. Now, think about how this plays with the Wheel of Fortune. Remember, that's all about change and unexpected events. The Emperor is like the anchor in the storm. When the wheel is spinning and things feel chaotic, the Emperor provides stability and direction. It's about taking control of your response to change instead of just being swept away by it. You can't control the universe, but you can control how you react to it. So with all those changes coming, the Emperor is like, okay, deep breath. I got this. I'm going to steer this ship. It's about being proactive, not reactive. Setting your intentions and sticking to them, even when things get crazy. And then we have the Five of Pentacles. Oh, that poor Five of Pentacles, feeling all left out in the cold. The Emperor is like, no more. I'm building a kingdom where everyone is taken care of. It's about stepping into your power and creating a sense of security and abundance for yourself. Remember how the Five of Pentacles is often about a perceived lack, not an actual one. The Emperor helps you to see that you have the resources and the strength to overcome any challenges. It's about taking responsibility for your own well-being and not relying on others to rescue you. You're the Emperor, you're in charge. You're building your own empire of self-worth, security, and abundance. And you are banishing those feelings of lack. You are creating your own security. But here's a thing. You know how we talked about the Three of Cups and setting boundaries within your community? The Emperor is like the ultimate Boundarreiseter. He's the one who says, this far and no further. It's about being clear about your limits and not letting others take advantage of you. It's important to balance that joyful, communal energy of the Three of Cups with the Emperor's sense of authority. You can have fun, you can celebrate with your friends, but you also need to protect your energy and your time. You need to be the one in charge of your schedule, your finances, and your emotional well-being. The Emperor isn't afraid to say no. And remember that selenite. It's like the Emperor uses the selenite as his personal shield, deflecting any negativity that comes his way while he's out there socializing. So basically, he's protected, he's having fun, but he's still in control. And tying that into the Four of Wands. The Emperor is basically the architect of that beautiful home we were talking about. The Four of Wands creates the space, but the Emperor designs it, makes sure it's structurally sound, and defends it from any threats. The Four of Wands is the feeling of warmth and comfort inside the home, but the Emperor is the strong, protective walls around the home. The Four of Wands is that sense of belonging, but the Emperor makes sure that everyone inside those walls is safe and secure. He ensures the foundations are strong, the rules are fair, and the overall environment is one that fosters growth and stability. He's not just building a house, he's building a legacy, a foundation for future generations. So you see how all these cards are starting to work together. But there's always a but, right? The Emperor can have a shadow side. He can be too controlling, too rigid, too authoritarian. He can become a tyrant instead of a leader. So it's important to be mindful of that. You don't want to become so focused on control that you stifle creativity and joy. You don't want to become so rigid in your rules that you lose sight of the needs of others. The key is to balance that masculine energy with feminine energy, to be strong but also compassionate, to be authoritative but also understanding. Think of it like this. The best emperors are the ones who listen to their people, who value their opinions, and who rule with fairness and justice. So you need to check yourself. Are you being too bossy? Are you listening to others? Are you being open to new ideas? Are you being too focused on your own agenda? This is where that selenite comes in again, right? It's helping you to stay balanced, to stay grounded, and to make sure you're not letting your ego get in the way. It's like a little voice whispering in your ear. Remember to be kind. Remember to be fair. Remember to be human. So, how does this all play out in your love life? Well, if you're single, the Emperor could be a sign that you're ready to take charge of your dating life. To be clear about what you want and to go after it with confidence. It's about setting your standards high and not settling for anything less than you deserve. It's about being the one who initiates, who plans the dates, who sets the tone. But again, don't become too controlling. Don't try to force things. Don't become so focused on finding the one that you miss out on the fun of dating. Remember to be open to different types of people and to let things unfold naturally. This could also mean you're attracting someone into your life who embodies that Emperor energy. Someone who is strong, confident, and takes charge. But be careful. Make sure they're not too controlling or dominating. You want a partner, not a ruler. You know, if you're in a relationship, the Emperor could be a sign that you need to take more leadership in the relationship. Maybe you need to be the one who makes the decisions, who sets the goals, who keeps things on track. This could be especially important if your partner is more passive or indecisive. But again, balance is key. You don't want to become a dictator. You want to work together as a team to share power and responsibility. This could also be a time to establish clearer boundaries in your relationship. To define your roles and responsibilities, to set expectations, and to communicate your needs effectively. The Emperor is all about creating structure and order, so this could be a good time to have those tough conversations and to create a more solid foundation for your relationship. It's about building something that will last. Remember that home we talked about with the Four of Wands? The Emperor is making sure that home is built to last, through all kinds of weather. Okay, so the Emperor is bringing in this energy of authority, structure, and leadership, but with a big emphasis on balance and not becoming too rigid. It's about taking charge of your life and creating the conditions for love and abundance to flourish. And it's about protecting that sacred space with confidence and intention. You are strong, you are capable, you got this. But there's still one card left, right? And I have this feeling that it's going to tie all of this together in a way we can't even imagine yet. It's like, we've got the foundation, we've got the walls, we've got the leadership. But what's the purpose of all this? What are we building towards? I am so excited to see what's next. All right, and after all that solid, grounded Emperor energy, we pull the Magician. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, the Magician is like, it's pure manifestation energy, right? It's about having all the tools you need to create the life you want and knowing how to use them. It's skill, it's resourcefulness, it's taking action. It's like, okay, universe, I'm ready. I know what I want, and I know how to get it. So, this is a huge vote of confidence. It's like, you've been preparing for this moment, and now it's time to shine. So, how does the Magician play with everything we've already seen? Well, first, let's go back to that Wheel of Fortune. Remember, that's all about change and big turning points, right? The Magician is like, you're not just passively watching the wheel spin. You're grabbing the handle and steering it in the direction you want to go. It's about taking control of your destiny and using your skills and resources to make the most of those changes. It's like, the universe is opening doors for you, and the Magician is giving you the key to unlock them. You're not just waiting for things to happen, you're actively creating your own reality. You have all the elements at your disposal: fire, water, earth, and air, and you know how to combine them to achieve your goals. And think about how the Magician connects to the Five of Pentacles. That card was all about feeling like you're lacking something, right? Feeling insecure and unsupported. The Magician is like, nope, I have everything I need within me. It's about recognizing your own inner resources, your own talents and abilities, and using them to overcome those feelings of lack. You're not defined by your past experiences or your perceived limitations. You're a powerful creator, and you can manifest anything you desire. The Magician is about transforming that feeling of, I don't have enough, into I am enough, and I have everything I need to succeed. You know, it's about shifting your focus from what's missing to what's already there, and then using that to build something amazing. It's about going from feeling powerless to feeling completely empowered. You are in control. Now, let's bring in that lovely Three of Cups, all about celebration and community. The Magician knows how to use their skills to not only benefit themselves, but also to uplift and inspire others. It's about sharing your gifts with the world and creating a ripple effect of positivity. You're not just manifesting for yourself, you're manifesting for your community. You're using your talents to bring people together, to create joy, and to foster connection. The Magician understands the power of collaboration and knows that you can achieve so much more when you work together with others. It's about celebrating each other's successes and supporting each other through challenges. So this isn't just about personal power, it's about using that power to create a more joyful and connected world. And remember that solid foundation we built with the Four of Wands. The Magician is now building on that foundation, creating something truly extraordinary. It's about taking that sense of safety and security and using it as a springboard to launch yourself into new heights. You're not just comfortable, you're confident. You're not just stable, you're thriving. The Magician is about taking the stability of the Four of Wands and using it as a platform to manifest your dreams. You have that secure base, that feeling of home, and now you're using your skills and resources to create the life you've always wanted. It's like that home isn't just a place to relax. It's a launching pad for your ambitions. It's where you recharge and then go out and conquer the world. Okay, and how does the Magician work with that strong Emperor energy? Well, the Emperor is all about structure, authority, and taking charge, right? The Magician is the one who's actually putting those plans into action. The Emperor has the vision, but the Magician has the skills and the resourcefulness to make it a reality. It's about taking the Emperor's authority and using it to manifest your goals. The Magician is the Hanson builder, the one who's using their skills to create something tangible. The Emperor provides the framework. The Magician provides the energy and the creativity to bring it to life. Together, they're an unstoppable force. The Emperor sets the boundaries, and the Magician uses their skills to work within those boundaries to create something amazing. And with the selenite, that protective crystal we have here, we're talking about setting intentions, creating boundaries that protect, that really allow you to use your intention for good. The Magician plus the selenite plus the Emperor's drive. Forget about it. And there's always a but, right? We have to talk about the shadow side of the Magician. Because let's be real, this card can also be a bit of a trickster. Sometimes, the Magician can use their skills for manipulation or deception. They can become so focused on manifesting their own desires that they forget about the impact on others. So, it's really important to be mindful of your intentions. Are you using your skills for good, or are you just trying to get ahead at the expense of others? Are you being honest and transparent, or are you trying to pull the wool over people's eyes? You don't want to become so focused on manifesting your desires that you lose sight of your values. The Magician needs to be grounded in integrity and ethics. It's like, with great power comes great responsibility, right? You're not just manifesting for yourself, you're manifesting for the greater good. So be sure you're aligned with your highest self. So, how does this all play out in your love life specifically? If you're single, the Magician is a huge green light. This is about taking action and manifesting the relationship you desire. It's about knowing what you want and going after it with confidence. Update your dating profile, go out and meet new people, and put yourself out there. And this is important, be authentic. Don't try to be someone you're not just to attract a partner. Use your unique skills and talents to shine and attract someone who truly appreciates you for who you are. The Magician also suggests being proactive in creating opportunities for love. Don't just sit around waiting for someone to show up. Take the initiative and create the kind of experiences that will attract the right person into your life. It could be as simple as joining a club or taking a class that aligns with your interests. The key is to be intentional and to use your skills and resources to manifest the relationship you desire. If you're in a relationship, the Magician is about taking action to improve and deepen the connection. It's about using your skills to communicate more effectively, to create more romance, and to manifest a stronger bond. Maybe you need to learn a new skill, like couples massage. Maybe you need to plan a special date night. Or maybe you just need to be more intentional about expressing your love and appreciation. Whatever it is, the Magician is urging you to take action and create the kind of relationship you desire. This could also be a time to address any challenges or issues that have been simmering beneath the surface. Use your communication skills to have honest and open conversations with your partner and to find creative solutions that work for both of you. The Magician is all about resourcefulness, so don't be afraid to explore different options and to try new things. And remember that selenite. It's helping you to clear away any negativity or limiting beliefs that might be blocking you from manifesting the love you desire. It's creating a safe and sacred space for you to connect with your inner power and to use your skills and resources to create the relationship of your dreams. You are protected. You are guided. You are loved. So the Magician is all about taking action, using your skills, and manifesting the life and love you desire. It's a powerful card that brings a message of confidence, resourcefulness, and intentionality. It's about recognizing your inner power and using it to create the reality you want. It's like you're not just dreaming about the perfect life, you're actively creating it. And with that selenite in hand, you're protected and guided every step of the way. Okay, so that's a lot, right? But there's still one card left, and I have this feeling it's going to reveal the ultimate purpose behind all of this. Like, what's the big picture? What's the grand finale? What are we actually building towards? I am on the edge of my seat to see what's next. Okay, drum roll please. And the final card is the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, this is interesting. So after all that big energy, all those major arcana cards, we end with a minor arcana. This isn't like a grand finale, but it's like the practical steps we need to take to get there. So the Eight of Pentacles, it's all about hard work, dedication, craftsmanship, learning a new skill. It's like you've got the vision, you've got the tools, but now you actually have to put in the work to make it happen. So let's see how this connects to everything else. Starting with the Wheel of Fortune, which is about change and destiny, the Eight of Pentacles is like, you can't just rely on luck. You have to actively participate in creating your own destiny. The wheel might bring you opportunities, but it's up to you to put in the effort to make the most of them. It's like the universe is giving you a blank canvas, but you have to be the one to paint the picture. You have to develop your skills, hone your craft, and dedicate yourself to your goals. And then think about the Five of Pentacles. Remember that feeling of lack and insecurity. The Eight of Pentacles is about building your self-worth through hard work and accomplishment. It's about proving to yourself that you're capable, that you're talented, that you can overcome any challenge. It's like you're not just waiting for someone to rescue you. You're taking matters into your own hands and creating your own abundance. It is about going from feeling helpless to feeling empowered. You are learning and growing, and you are investing in yourself and in your future. And then we have the Three of Cups, that beautiful card of celebration and community. The Eight of Pentacles is about finding your tribe, your people who share your passions and support your goals. It's about collaborating with others, learning from others, and contributing your own skills to the collective. You're not just working in isolation. You're building a network of support and inspiration. You're finding people who believe in you and who challenge you to grow. It's like you're not just celebrating your own successes, you're celebrating the successes of your community. You're lifting each other up and creating a more vibrant and fulfilling world together. It's about putting in the work to foster those connections and to build a strong and supportive community. And remember the Four of Wands, that safe and stable home we created. The Eight of Pentacles is about building on that foundation, creating something even more beautiful and lasting. It's about taking pride in your work, about creating something that reflects your values and your passions. You're not just building a house, you're building a legacy. It's about creating a space where you can thrive, where you can express yourself, and where you can share your gifts with the world. So, how does this all tie into the Emperor and the Magician? Well, the Emperor is about taking charge and creating structure, right? The Eight of Pentacles is about putting those plans into action. It's about the day-to-day work, the nitty-gritty details, the consistent effort that's required to build something great. The Emperor provides the vision, the Magician has the skills, and the Eight of Pentacles is the one who's actually doing the work. It's about taking that leadership and that power and channeling it into something tangible and meaningful. You're not just sitting on your throne, you're getting your hands dirty and building your empire brick by brick. It's also about the selenite, that protective crystal. You are making sure that your work reflects your true self and the best of you. You are working in your sacred space. But here's the thing, the Eight of Pentacles isn't always glamorous, right? It can be repetitive, it can be tedious, it can be frustrating. It's about showing up every day, even when you don't feel like it, and putting in the work to achieve your goals. So you need to be patient, you need to be persistent, and you need to be willing to learn from your mistakes. You can be kind to yourself too. The key is to find joy in the process. To focus on the small victories, to celebrate your progress, and to remember why you started in the first place. It's about finding meaning in your work, about connecting it to something bigger than yourself, and about using your skills to make a positive impact on the world. It's also about maintaining balance. You don't want to become so obsessed with your work that you neglect other areas of your life. Remember to take breaks, to spend time with loved ones, and to nurture your own well-being. It's about finding a sustainable pace, a rhythm that allows you to work hard without burning out. And let's not forget the shadow side. The Eight of Pentacles can sometimes indicate being a workaholic. You might become so obsessed with perfecting your craft that you forget to enjoy life. It's important to remember that your worth isn't defined by your accomplishments. You are valuable and loved, regardless of what you produce. It is about finding joy in the simple things and about appreciating the present moment. Also, this can point to, perfectionism, where you just never feel like your work is good enough. This can lead to stress and dissatisfaction. It is important to set realistic expectations and to celebrate your progress, even if it's not perfect. Remember, done is better than perfect. So, how does this all play out in your love life? If you're single, the Eight of Pentacles could be a sign that you need to work on yourself before you can attract the right partner. It's about becoming the best version of yourself, developing your skills and talents, and creating a life that you love. This could mean taking a class, pursuing a hobby, or focusing on your career. The key is to invest in yourself and to become a more well-rounded and fulfilled person. This could also mean working on your self-confidence and your self-worth. The better you feel about yourself, the more attractive you will be to others. It's about radiating positivity and attracting someone who is aligned with your values and your goals. If you're in a relationship, the Eight of Pentacles is about putting in the work to maintain and strengthen your connection. It's about communicating effectively, resolving conflicts constructively, and supporting each other's goals. This could mean scheduling regular date nights, learning each other's love languages, or working on a shared project. The key is to be intentional and to create a relationship that is built on mutual respect, trust, and understanding. It's about finding joy in the everyday moments and about appreciating each other for who you are. So basically, the Eight of Pentacles is about hard work, dedication, and craftsmanship, but with an emphasis on balance and joy. It's about putting in the effort to manifest your dreams, but also about enjoying the process along the way. And that selenite is, of course, helping you to stay grounded and connected to your values. It's reminding you to focus on the present moment and to find joy in the simple things. It's like, remember to enjoy what you're doing, even while working hard. Phew. Okay, so after all those cards, we see that you are making something happen and you're working hard for something good. It really seems like everything is falling into place. These are all positive steps that you're making, so keep going. You're doing amazing. Okay, so let's really bring this all together, right? We've pulled so many amazing cards, and it's like each one has added another layer to this incredible story that's unfolding for you. Remember, we started with the Wheel of Fortune, that huge energy of change and turning points. It's like the universe is shaking things up, getting ready to bring some big shifts into your life. And then we had the Five of Pentacles, which, it can be a tough one. But it was also about acknowledging those old wounds, those feelings of lack and insecurity, so you can finally heal them and move forward. Then we had the Three of Cups, all about celebrating with your friends, connecting with your community, and just feeling that joy and support. And that Four of Wands. That was about building a solid foundation, creating a safe and happy space where you can truly be yourself. It's like finally feeling at home, finally feeling like you belong. Right. And then the Emperor came in with all that strong, authoritative energy, helping you take charge of your life and set those boundaries. And the Magician showed up, reminding you that you have all the skills and resources you need to manifest your dreams. So with all of that, how does the Eight of Pentacles really tie in? Well, let's start back with the Wheel of Fortune. The Eight of Pentacles says, okay, the wheel is turning, things are changing, but you can't just sit back and wait for things to happen. You have to actively participate in creating your own destiny. You have to put in the work, develop your skills, and hone your craft. It's about taking those opportunities that the wheel presents and turning them into something tangible and meaningful. So it's like the universe is giving you the raw materials, but you're the one who has to build the house. And with the Five of Pentacles, that Eight of Pentacles is like, you're not defined by those past experiences or those feelings of lack. You can overcome them through hard work and dedication. You can build your self-worth by proving to yourself that you're capable, that you're talented, and that you can achieve anything you set your mind to. It's like you're taking control of your own narrative and writing a new chapter filled with success and abundance. Remember that selenite too, right? The Three of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles together are all about connecting with people who share your passions, people who support your goals, and people who inspire you to grow. It's about finding your tribe and working together to create something amazing. It's like you're not just celebrating your own successes, you're celebrating the successes of your community, and you're all lifting each other up along the way. And then the Four of Wands becomes this amazing foundation, because the Eight of Pentacles is about building on that foundation, creating something even more beautiful and lasting. You're taking pride in your work, you're creating something that reflects your values and your passions, and you're sharing it with the world. It's like you're not just building a home, you're building a legacy. And with the Emperor, the Eight of Pentacles is about putting those plans into action, about the day-to-day work that's required to build something truly great. You're taking that leadership and that power and channeling it into something tangible and meaningful. You're not just sitting on your throne, you're getting your hands dirty and building your empire brick by brick. It's that consistent action that really matters. And then, with the Magician, the Eight of Pentacles is about using those skills and resources to create the life you desire. You're taking action, you're manifesting your dreams, and you're putting in the work to make it all happen. It's like you're not just dreaming about the perfect life, you're actively creating it, one step at a time. So, what does this all mean for you and your love life? Well, if you're single, the Eight of Pentacles is a really good sign. It means that you're ready to put in the work to attract the right partner. It's about becoming the best version of yourself, developing your skills and talents, and creating a life that you love. This is the time to really focus on you. Maybe you take a class, pursue a hobby, or really focus on your career. Invest in yourself and become a more well-rounded person. That makes sense, right? I feel like you're going to be really good at all of that. It's also about working on your self-confidence and your self-worth. The better you feel about yourself, the more attractive you'll be to others. It is radiating positivity and attracting someone who is aligned with your values and your goals. So you've got to really believe in yourself. And be kind to yourself, too. It's also just as important. If you're in a relationship, the Eight of Pentacles is about putting in the work to maintain and strengthen your connection. Communicate effectively, resolve conflicts constructively, and support each other's goals. Maybe schedule regular date nights, learn each other's love languages, or even work on a shared project. This is about being so intentional and creating that relationship based on mutual respect, trust, and understanding. It's finding joy in those everyday moments and appreciating each other for who you really are. All that work feels worth it when you have that kind of foundation, But beyond that, it's like, really think about creating that sacred space for love. What does that mean for you? It's all about setting intentions, creating boundaries, and protecting your energy. What makes you feel safe, loved, and supported? What kind of environment do you need to thrive? How can you create more of that in your life? Maybe it's about decorating your home in a way that reflects your personality and your values. Maybe it's about setting aside time each day for self-care and reflection. Maybe it's about having honest conversations with your partner about your needs and expectations. Or maybe it's about ending relationships that are no longer serving you. You've got to be honest with yourself about that. It's all about creating a space that supports your well-being and your happiness. And with the selenite, you have this amazing tool to help you clear away any negativity or limiting beliefs that might be blocking you from manifesting the love you desire. It's creating a safe and sacred space for you to connect with your inner power and to use your skills and resources to create the relationship of your dreams. You are protected, you are guided, and you are so loved. So remember, this whole journey started with change, and it's ending with consistent action. The Eight of Pentacles is about putting in the work, but it's also about finding joy in the process. It's about creating something meaningful, something lasting, something that reflects your true self. And you have all the tools you need to make it happen. You have the skills, you have the resources, and you have the support of the universe. The selenite is there to help you stay grounded, connected, and protected. You are capable of creating an amazing life, filled with love, joy, and abundance. So go out there and make it happen. I believe in you.